No food today, no mukbang today. I'm testing out something. Let me see if you guys notice any difference. I don't think it's working. Actually, let me just connect myself to the Ethernet. There we are. There we are. Let's see. Did I reveal anything in that? I don't know. Whatever, CIA. CIA has already seen it. Yeah, that's right. Holy cow, I'm on time, actually. Or not, not, well, not exactly on time, but, you know, whatever. I took a nap. I needed a nap, so I took one. How's it going? Holy cow. Checking in SARS. Everyone's to check in the SAR. You know what? I'll put in the NGL link in the beginning so people can ask me that, like, while my shit is going on. More on time. That's right. That's right. This is a casual stream here going on. This is casual. You know, no low commitment. Low everything. Low everything, you know, whatever. Just casual shit. Sometimes we start at 8:05, sometimes we start at 8:30, sometimes we start at 8:45. No, but I guess the point is I try to show up even if I am late. Sorry for the times that I am. You know, just doing the things. Let me pop this out also. I don't know how to do this, like, automatically every time. Because, like, when you start a new stream, like, the whole thing resets. So you can't just use the same, like, chat box from the last stream. So you end up having to fucking do this every fucking time. I'm sure there's probably a way to, like, do that, you know, well, most people probably just use the Twitch thing, which is a lot easier. But I like to do things unconventionally, because that's just the way I roll. Because that's just how I do things. I don't like to follow rules. Particularly, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm fucking saying. I guess haven't had dinner today, so gonna be chomping on some fucking Ruffles. But I should think about what I'm gonna order for later on. Chicanery. What is the chicanery thing? Well, as some of you Better Call Saul fans may know, chicanery was actually the name of an episode. It's the name of the episode where Chuck goes crazy and says, "You think this is bad? The chicanery?" But chicanery is a word, right? It's a word in the English language. It means, what does it mean again? It means like imposter, or like faking something, or like, you know, doing some shit that's not right. And continuing on with my thesis that Vince Gilligan is secretly somewhat of a Marxist himself. I was reading Lenin and Marx too. They both use chicanery a lot when they talk about their political opponents. So, but if you're talking about the title, the Ceasefire Chicanery, I mean, I think I saw somewhere that Israel violated like 38 times already, and 38 separate fucking instances because they're fucking scum. This past week has just been fucking Zionist scum all over being like, it wasn't about the shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Nobody fucking wants to hear your fucking nonsense anymore. I'm just like shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Everyone in the world is like, shut the fuck up. I see some more of these stupid fucking Zionists as if, like, you know, it was 2 years ago again, and they think the fucking meta is this fucking same as 2 years ago, and I'm like, you fucking retards, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's the only thing you can fucking say now to these fucking Zionist scum. They're all Nazis, and they all need to be shut the fuck up. That's what I basically say. I said, I made a meme. Where can I show this meme? Oh, I have to add a source, right? Mac OS screen capture. Okay, let me get my meme in question. Shut the fuck up. Y'all know that song. Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking. Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking. Suck my dick. No, nobody knows that song. Anyone know? Come on. Someone in this 4-person stream. Jeez. I'm losing streamers, but I'm losing what am I losing? Let's see. Copy image address. I'm losing streamer love. That's what I'm losing. All right. Search STFU pink guy. Actually, you know what? After I show you this thing, hold on. Let me show you this. No. Let me show you. Is it this? Yeah, but how do I show just the fucking thing? Alright, whatever. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that's huge. Damn it. I just wanted to show this thing. You can see that my streaming skills are not that great. But anyway, you can tell here. Drop the Zionist and just use Nazi. It's cleaner, right? That's my message to Zionists. Shut the fuck up. You're all fucking scum. You're all fucking Nazis. Fucking scum Nazis. You know, 2 years ago, I tried to talk to some liberal Zionists. Be like, oh, yeah, let's see what you got to say here. And they'd all just fucking blather about on this fucking nonsense about how diplomacy, blah, blah, blah. They made friends with the fucking Arabic nations. Shut the fuck up. Fucking. Everyone should just sing the shut the fuck up song to Israelites from now on. Let's see. Shut the fuck up. Pink guy. We need this song now. We're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch this right now. Yes, that's right. We are gonna watch this fucking thing. How do I? No. Okay, and then we're gonna watch this thing. How do I? Oh, there we go. How do I make this like? Yeah, there we go. We're gonna watch this because, yeah, why not? How do I kind of make it like so you can?
Shut the fuck up.
Whatever. You don't have to see my face.
You're a fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You're a stupid cunt. Suck my dick.
This is so fucking good.
Shut the fuck up. Stop being a fucking cunt.
Sometimes you just gotta
Shut the fuck
gotta
up.
fucking get the song out, you know?
Nobody even wants you here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What?
You guys can't see, but I'm like fucking bobbing my head right now real hard.
I just wanna let you know you're a stupid fucking cunt. Go ahead and run your mouth, pussy. I don't give a fuck. You're a stupid piece of shit. You're a stupid fucking bitch. Get the fuck up off my dick. Get the fuck up off my dick. Like, please, and your fucking life, please, and your fucking life. I really gotta emphasize.
Yeah.
No one cares if you're alive. You're a fucking penis
hole.
Grab a dick and eat it whole. I need to know if you were dropped when you were just a fetus, though. You're so fucking ugly and your face is fucking foul. Jeez, you're so fucking loud. Can you shut your fucking mouth? Can you
Shut the fuck up.
You're a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You're a stupid cunt. Suck my
dick.
Shut the fuck up.
That's right, Cucker.
Stop being
You're
a
here for the
fucking
fucking
cunt.
intellectual
Shut
discourse.
the fuck up. Nobody even wants you here.
Yeah.
Close your fucking mouth. You're just really fucking dense. If you hate me, why you talking? You
Don't make no fucking sense.
Got a sad life.
Sad life.
Go to fucking hell. Are you stupid or disabled, man?
I can't fucking tell.
You're a fucking dumb shit. You don't even run shit. Get the fuck up out my face and go to hell and eat a dick. Come and catch these hands, boy. Come and match these bands, boy. I'm not crazy. I just do it all because I can, boy.
Yeah.
I hope you fucking die in a high-speed car crash. I hope you fucking fall head first and get your neck cracked. I hope you have some beautiful children that die from cancer. I hope you catch Zika when your wife gets pregnant. I hope you win the lottery and die the next day, and your daughter has to see you getting
Lowered in your grave.
Ooh,
Shit. Oh, that was
sorry. That
that was too much, huh?
Very poor taste.
That's
Shut the
that's
fuck
that's not
up.
cool,
I
man.
shouldn't have said that.
You're a fucking cunt.
Actually, no, I should have.
Shut the fuck up.
That's right.
I didn't say enough.
That's right.
You're
More
a
nukes. More nukes are
stupid
better.
cunt. Suck my dick.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Stop being a fucking cunt.
All right. I think it's
Shut the
over.
fuck up. Nobody even wants you here.
All right. So yeah. That's basically how I feel about Israelites. Whenever I see them on fucking Twitter, I'm like, I cannot use my For You side because I get these fucking retarded fucking Zionists on my fucking feed. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Probably. I mean, he's Japanese. I mean, how could he not be, right? I don't know how Joji... I think Joji is kind of like me. We're both very depressed people. This stream is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Actually, I've been watching this other, I don't know if David Tay's here or not. He said he was going to be watching me stream from Hawaii, and I was like, bro, just fucking enjoy Hawaii. Don't watch me fucking stream about nonsense for 2 hours. Just, like, go to the fucking beach and chill, man. No, that is not a dead body or a, girl or a guy. Yeah. But I asked around about the red note thing or whatever. Some people are saying it might be a catfish. Some people are saying whatever. And I'm just kind of like, all right, let's just feel it out. Let's see what's going on. You know, I'm not investing too much of my, I guess, emotion into it, obviously. I mean, you shouldn't in general to someone you just only know online for like 2 weeks. But you know, if it's fake, then, you know, whatever. I think she's very mundane and doesn't really talk about crypto or anything like that, so it remains to be seen. But yeah, that's the situation going on there. Nothing really going on there, actually, to be honest. I did get a new Maki water board. This is, you wanna come over here. This is it. This is kind of like a thing to punch. You can't really see it, but there's kind of like this. It's like a wooden thing. It's kind of got like, let me see if I can move the camera a little bit. You can see there's ridges in here that kind of like create this like spring effect. I kind of just use that now as both my Wing Chun dummy for, you know, my fucking, you know, shit, but also to practice my punching, you know. You ever chain punch someone? Not that I'm going to anytime soon, but that's what you train for. I mean, like, so in Wing Chun, part of the reason you do all these practices all the time is to make your fucking arms, like, strong as fuck. Because you're using all of your arms and shit. You know, in boxing or whatever, you're only using your fists, right? You're not really using this side of your thing, except for possibly some defensive stuff or whatever. But in Wing Chun, you're using a lot of your shit for defense. And a lot of cool stuff is like, you know, they figured out if you move your hand in a certain way, it sort of like strengthens certain sort of tendons. So like when you're blocking something, you kind of like go like that to block something here, and then you go like that to block something there. So you like flat, that, you know, like, and so it doesn't hurt as much, right? But obviously it still hurts, so you got to train it so it doesn't even fucking phase you. And then that's the other thing, like you got to punch hard shit to make your fists, you know, be adaptable. Because sometimes, like, hitting hard shit, you are hitting hard shit sometimes. Like if you're punching someone in the face or like their skull, sometimes they can move their skull in a way that's really hard, and you're like, ah. So you gotta like train yourself so you're not you're ready for those situations as well. So that's why I got that. You know, just some several updates on what's going on. But yeah, the other thing that I wanted to talk about, man, I guess I just burned through that ceasefire shit. I mean, it's just like, it's like, did we? I mean, I'm sure Hamas already knew that this shit was gonna happen, and you know, they're trying to make people angry. You know, that was the funniest thing. They try to make people angry about the fact that, you know, Hamas killed some Palestinian, basically like fucking like traitors, like capos, like in the fucking what is it? In the fucking Holocaust, right? With all those concentration camps, There's something called the Judenrat, which, not coincidentally, made up a lot of Zionists, right? They were the people who ran the Jewish kind of communities in Nazi Germany and basically, herded the people and told the people from down below what was happening up high. So they were called capos in the actual concentration camps. They were called capos because they would be the enforcers in the concentration camps. They would even be sometimes even more brutal than some of the SS guards because if you were brutal to your own people, you would get some treats from up above, right? So in Palestine, right, during this whole 2-year situation, there have been people who've been like blocking aid and whatever for like basically working for Israel. There were gangs that were just hoarding fucking aid material, and they were under the employ of these fucking Zionist scum. And they were all mass executed by Hamas because, yeah, they were fucking scum. And you see all these fucking Zionists being like, oh, look at they're killing themselves. Like, shut the fuck up, you dumb fucks. You see these fucking right-wingers trying to spread that shit, and you're like, you fucking retards. This is why nobody fucking understands the Korean War either. It was just like, oh, yeah, sorry. I guess it is somewhat insane, huh? Well, there's more where that came from. I just finished my Lenin biography. What's up, D. Wallace? Checking SAR. Everyone checking SAR when you can. It's just for the algorithm. You don't really have to do it, but if you want, whatever. But yeah, actually, if everyone just, said checking SAR, I'm checking in from, wherever you're comfortable sharing. You don't have to. You could make up shit if you want. It's just, a little fun thing. Get people engaged. Get my 9 people watching now engaged. This Coca-Cola ain't gonna advertise itself, all right, guys? Nice. Checking in from Langley. Are you gonna fuck up my stream like it always gets fucked up? So, how is the stream today? I think it's looking okay. No, it's still fucking no. Fuck. All right, whatever. I'm just gonna have to accept that CIA somehow fucking ruined my OBS, and I'm gonna have to. I don't know. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Israelites, Zionists being fucking scum. They're just like all these and there's these like fucking. I feel like if you are at all intelligent and you're still supporting Zionists, and you are not, if you're not Jewish, you're just a fucking psychopath. That's just it. You're just a fucking psychopath. If you still support Israel and you're not even fucking Jewish, like, on some level, I can kind of understand Jewish people still supporting Zion. On a very microscopic level, I can understand. I think they're still psychopaths, but I kind of get it. But if you're not even fucking Jewish and you support Israel still, you're a fucking psychopath. Like, maybe the retarded people, I'll give a pat, like the Christian Zionists, like the really fucking retarded people. Yeah, they might get a pass because they're fucking retarded. But if you have an IQ of greater than like 130 and you support Israel, you're just a fucking psychopath. That's just what you are. Yeah. Because everyone and their mother can fucking see this fucking... And I see these fucking psychopaths on my social media who've tried to criticize me before. Like, sharing these fucking Zionist tweets from these fucking retarded Zionist scum as if, like, they've made a point. And I'm like, you fucking pieces of shit. Like, Like, no, there's no excuse. Like, I cannot wait. You know what? Part of me just wants to fucking move to China, enjoy the rest of my fucking life, and then 20 years later, watch the fucking West crash and burn under its own psychopath hubris, you know? Because it's going to crash and burn, you know? And when it does, the safest place will probably be China. Especially for people that look like fucking us, right? Like, North Korea might not be that safe, to be honest, because it's kind of in the center of the action. Not that I would mind if I died from a war and I was in North Korea. At least I would die in the homeland, right? I'm dying true Joseon, so maybe that wouldn't be so bad. But it would probably be kind of dangerous. But if you're like all the way out in the boonies in China, you're probably pretty safe. Probably in not near the coastal regions, right? Like Shanghai, whatever. You're probably still in the danger zone. But if you're kind of like a little west, not quite all the way to Xinjiang or something, but kind of like west, right along where the desert starts to start, but not in that desert area. Because China doesn't publicize this. But it has its own kind of Iron Dome system. The Great Dome of China, I would call it. They don't really publicize this, but you know, I follow a lot of Chinese military analysts, and they kind of say, yeah, we've got our own fucking defense system going on. You know, we're not Fall For It Again award winners. We know what's up, and we know what's probably coming. And so, yeah, they've developed ICBM technology with hypersonic, missiles, which the U.S. doesn't have itself. So, good luck with your delivery system on the Three Gorges Dam, you fucking LARPers. Because if you fucking miss the Three Gorges Dam, guess who doesn't have hypersonic protectionary missiles? That would be the United States. So, if you miss the Three Gorges Dam with a nuke, yeah, Taipei will be wiped off the fucking earth. Doug, have you been to the restaurant Great White? What is Great White? Oh, is that the one Ed covered that was being fucking racist in LA? You know what I want to try? I want to try Coca-Cola, the original, with cocaine and see how it tastes. I kind of just want to see how it tastes and how I feel after I drink some Coke. There's got to be somewhere out there, in one of those fucking, I'm sure those South American countries, they've got an actual Coke farm where they make Coca-Cola with the original formula. I'm gonna go out there and test out some. Yeah, I mean, I've never been there before. But that's the other thing too. I'm just kind of like, all right, yeah, you can make a big stink about that, but just why even go to that fucking place? It seems like it's fucking bullshit nonsense anyway. Great White? Like, who the fuck wants to go to a restaurant called Great White? Sounds like retarded nonsense. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, those people need to shut the... Everyone needs to just shut the fuck up. That's what they need to do. That's what everyone fucking needs to do, you know? They just need to shut the fuck up. Especially, like, PMC white liberals, PMC Jewish liberals. They all need to shut the fuck up. They're like, ooh, my anti-Semitism, Gavin Newsom, anti-Semitism in California. We need it's fucking Herzl youth bullshit. Like Hitler Youth, Herzl Youth. Like making all of our schools teach everyone about anti-Semitism. Like, shut the fuck up. Asian fucking elders getting killed in broad daylight. But boo-hoo, we killed 20% of Gaza and now people hate us. Guess what? Because you're fucking Nazi scum. Not because anti-Semitism in the fucking 1800s in Germany that was created by fucking Germans. Nobody hates you because of all this fucking shit that was created in Germany like 100 years ago. Everyone hates you because you're fucking Nazi scum yourself. Have you ever tried not being Nazi scum? Maybe that'll help. Maybe that'll help the anti-Semitism problem. Fucking idiots. The banana seeking white validation will go to that. What does the fucking great white even serve? What kind of food does it even fucking serve? Like I have never heard of it. And you know, I'm connected to some foodies, and I feel like I would have heard of it if it was any good. But I have not heard of it. So, I will assume that it is mid and stupid and fucking retarded. It's just kind of like, you know, that's what I hate about Asian activists too. Be like, "Oh, you guys are so racist." Well, why don't you fucking do something that actually fucking, like, does something? Like, stop fucking complaining on their Yelp site. Just fucking go to their restaurant, flip over the fucking tables when they do that shit. Be like, fuck you, you racist fucks. Like, that'll fucking do something more than your fucking, oh, let me just go on Yelp and give one. Shut the fuck up. Those Asian liberals need to shut the fuck up, too. They're just pussy-ass bitches that need to go on fucking Yelp.com or Google reviews and be like, this place was racist to me. Oh, shut the fuck up and do something. Grow a fucking pair, okay? Next time that fucking waiter does that, go to the fucking place, flip over the fucking table, and say, shut the fuck up, dumb fuck, and then leave. And then, like, bring, like, 10 of your people and just do that fucking same shit over and over again every fucking night until they stop being fucking racist. That'll fucking change shit. Not any of this, 1 star in Yelp. That's what I hate about fucking Asian liberals. They have no fucking balls. And, you know, when our elders were getting fucking fucked up in the streets, they, all of them just buried their heads in the sand like fucking retards. So I don't fucking give a shit about a great white being racist. I'm like, just fucking do something about it then. Don't fucking complain on fucking Yelp. A white-run website. What the fuck do you think that's gonna do? Nothing. God. It's Australian food? Jesus Christ. Those are the criminal Anglos. Like, they probably make worse food than the fucking Anglos in fucking... What do they make? Kangaroo stew? Jesus Christ, why would you go to a fucking Australian restaurant? That's what your first mistake was, you dumb fuck Asian liberals. God. Anyway, the other part of my show was Russian fence sitting, right? I've been kind of noticing this ever since Syria was kind of kicked to the curb. Bashar al-Assad, right? He kind of had to run away. I think he's now a doctor again. I think. Exactly, D. Wallace. Asian liberals won't say a thing about God because they're fucking married to Jews themselves. All those fucking WMAF mind virus retards. They're all married to fucking Jews. No wonder they're not saying, like, fucking Noah. That was the funniest thing with Noah Argamani or whatever. The Israelites couldn't put away their fucking degenerate WMAF mind virus for 1 second. They made a fucking propaganda photo that looked like it was an ad for Brazzers. Like, what the fuck? Like, Jesus Christ, can no one fucking see this by now? Can anyone, am I taking fucking crazy pills where people cannot see the connection between the fucking WMF mind virus and imperialism all over the fucking world? Like, every fucking insufferable Asian person that has talked negatively about China, guess what? They're fucking a white man, you dumb fucks. That's what it fucking is. First name Anglo, last name Asian. That's all WMAF fucking bullshit in your journalism. Like, holy shit. Everyone is fucking retarded. I'm so sick of everyone being fucking retarded. So many retards left and right. There's retards in Israel. There's retards on Instagram saying Israel's bullshit. There's retards in fucking Asian liberals complaining about Australian restaurants being racist to them. Like, guess what? Australia's fucking racist as fuck to Are you dumb fucking retarded? Like, there was a fucking Chinese woman that was just stabbed by a random white Australian piece of shit scum Nazi, and you're fucking complaining about an Australian restaurant sitting... Yeah, then fucking burn the place down. Do something instead of fucking complaining on your white liberal Yelp website or your CIA-controlled Google reviews. Shut the fuck up. You are retarded. Israel's fucking retarded. Asian American boba liberals are fucking retarded. Who else is retarded? Everyone's fucking retarded. So much fucking retardation. And then I just see this other fucking comment, like, there's this fucking, professional hog groomer, some fucking bullshit Twitter guy. He was like, well, throughout the Cold War, the USSR would pressure the United States, and the United States would make concessions and blah, blah, blah. But they don't seem to do that with the, the rise of China. Why is that? Is it A, the super profits decline, B, blah, 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 C, racism, D, other? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, you dumb fuck? It's always fucking racism. Why else do you think Soviet propaganda worked so much better than Chinese propaganda? Because they could just say they're a bunch of fucking chinks, you dumb fuck. God, these Western leftists are fucking retarded too. Everyone's fucking retarded. And the fucking, Islamists who aren't communists, who are like, oh, Russia's still on our side. This fucking Syrian girl's like, Russia's still on our side. They didn't sell us out. It's been a year since that happened. And see, yeah, because they're not going to be like, hey, we need to end Ukraine right this minute after you fucking, gain Syria. It's going to, they don't want to make it that fucking obvious, you dumb fucking Islamists. You fucking retards. God. Wait, is Outback even fucking Australian? I thought that was just like a chain that was like named Outback Steakhouse. You go into the Outback. Got my blaming onions, eh? Fish and chips. Oh, man. But the other thing the Russians are fucking doing right now, they just like sanctioned the fucking, You know when Kirk was assassinated last month? They were pushing the fucking tranny shit. Like, Russian media was all fucking pushing the trans shit. Or they were like, oh, it was a Ukrainian terrorist. You dumb fucks. Like, Russians are fucking retarded too. You guys are added to the fucking list. And everyone's like, oh, Russia gave the United States the JFK files, their 350-page report on the JFK assassination. Yeah, they gave it to a Zionist piece of shit Republican, you dumb fucks. What the fuck do you think they're going to say? Yeah, it was us, guys. It was Jesus James Angleton and Dalen Dulles all the time. The guy who created Mossad. No. They're going to be like, oh, see, the Russians didn't think it was... The Russians thought it was Lee Harvey Oswald as well. That's what they're going to fucking say. God, everyone's so fucking retarded. Everyone is so fucking retarded. I just don't know how... I just don't know how to deal anymore. really, like, the biggest reason I want to leave America now is just I can't stand being surrounded by retarded people. When I went to, like, at least when I went to Singapore or even fucking, yeah, when I went to Singapore, right? It's totally capitalist, whatever, but they're Asian, right? And they're smart, usually smart, right? At least the people I talk to. They weren't necessarily communists, but they were like, yeah, okay, yeah. Like, when I talked to them about it, they'd be like, oh, okay, I see what your point is, whatever. Oh, yeah, Singapore, they have a terrible accent in English. But I talked to the more educated ones who had, I guess, like, a more natural accent. And it was just so refreshing not to be around a bunch of retards all the time. And I assume that if I go to China, especially if I go to Beijing or whatever, I'll be like, yeah, I can talk to people, and they will be like, yeah, we know all this shit. And I'm like, yeah, because you're not retarded. Thank you. I'm in the land of non-retards. Thank you. It's interesting on Red Note, though. There's a lot of these. I don't know if it's there are a lot of girls sliding into my DMs, and I'm just kind of like, I think I'm too old for you guys. Some of them are really young, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, I don't know if I should be talking to you. But they've been telling me some stuff. It's interesting. They're like, oh, we shouldn't talk about politics. And I'm like, okay. Oh, man. I have mixed feelings about Lee Kuan Yew. I think he's a real politic guy himself, I'm sure. Yeah, sure. Did some good stuff, but ultimately he was scum to Vietnam and communism in general. And so I'm not a huge fan either way. I'm not like a hater or a fan, but kind of like no. I read his biography. I forgot what it's called. You go to Weibo for politics. All right. I guess I'll download Weibo then. But do you have to know Chinese to use Weibo? And can you just and does Weibo sync to your does it sync to your what's it called? WeChat. I was going to say WhatsApp. I was like, that's not right. Does it sync to your WeChat? Can you just use your WeChat account to make a Weibo account? You know what's funny, though? You know what's funny? It's like a certain someone that I talk about from time to time. But it's not just him, right? It's kind of like indicative of like people who talk about China as if they're some sort of authority on China and that everyone else is not an authority or whatever. But then I'm like, if you are such an authority on China, why don't you have like a big Weibo account where people are supporting you and your thoughts on Weibo as well? Shouldn't you, if you were an actual authority and you were a respected actual authority in China about politics and cross-strait relations and all this other fucking nonsense, wouldn't you be popular on some sort of Chinese or Taiwanese social media by now? Wouldn't you have a platform there that legitimized your authority? That's just some food for thought, right? Just food for thought from some food for thought from y'all. Oh shit! Yeah, I don't have a Chinese phone. Yeah, wait, how do you have a Huawei? Wait, do you live in? Holy cow! Do you live in China? How do you say "trust me, bro" in Chinese? Ni sure wo trust me, bro. I don't know. I'm just fucking around. I mean, I already said this like back in what was it, June, when he was nominated. I already said he was fucking scum. I already knew from day one he was fucking AOC / Bernie like scum. And yeah, that's all you need to know. He's just scum. But it's just kind of like, of course he was gonna win, because you got fucking Eric Adams, one of the worst fucking mayors in New York City history. He's never gonna get fucking elected again. So Democrats were like avoided touching that nuclear waste, right? And then you had fucking Andrew Cuomo, who just fucking, because during the COVID, just like let all these grandmas die. Like nobody's fucking gonna vote for that fucking Guido fuck either. Yeah, that's right. I call him Guido fuck because like the fucking Italians run New York. Fucking mafia gangsters run city. That's what this place is. This is all fucking gangster run country, really. The Guidos run New York. I guess like, yeah, the Jews run or LA at least, right? They run Hollywood, so that's for sure. Who runs San Francisco? I'm not sure. I guess just the Anglos, right? But yeah. 相信我兄弟 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 Is that right? Am I saying it right, Steve? 你的屁股很大 That's a thing, D. Wallace. I wish it was a Chinese mafia, but there's no fucking Chinese mafia presence in SF. There's no shit there either. Well, the Jews run like the finance and the law in New York, but the Italians are their muscle. The Italians are all over the fucking NYPD. Oh, thanks. Staten Island. Staten Island. I live on Staten Island. I work for the police department. That's fucking New York, man. I grew up around that area. I was fucking bullied by Italian thugs. It's Guido fucking thugs. There were some Irish people, but not much. I mean, Irish, they run the Boston crime ring up there. The New England crime rings. The Irish, that's for the Irish Americans. But yeah. Butthole is very big, you said. Ni tu pigu henda. I thought it was you have a big butt. What about ni sure wo de bao bei? That's what I learned from my girlfriend back 20-something years ago. Ni gu wo shang tuang ba. That's what the Taiwanese people taught me. To be crass. Or gan ni yang. 自拜人. Oh my god, me too, especially Chinatown being close to New York City and New York City. Yeah. Oh, you mean Little Italy in New York City, right? Little Italy. I grew up actually loving pizza though and Italian food. So actually there was this one Italian girl I think that had a crush on me in middle school. She was really cute actually. I kind of regret not pursuing that. But I was in middle school. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was just like, I'm a Christian. I need to stay pure. Away from me, white woman. I fucked that one up. Well, whatever. Well, if you're watching this, Lisa, I fucked that one up, Lisa. Be gone, white woman. Be gone. No, it's funny. But yeah, you know, Russia, we got the Syria thing going on. You got the you know, the Kirk thing going on, and now we have this bullshit fucking JFK shit going on. I'm just kind of like, the fuck you think you're doing, Putin? The fuck do you think you're doing? I see what you're doing. You're trying to fucking back them on Israel so you can get Ukraine back. I see what you're fucking trying to do here, Putin. You want them off your back in Ukraine so they can focus fire on China. That's what's going on. They know that China is the biggest threat, the ultimate threat. So they're like, you know what? We'll stay out of your way in little Israel. You stay out of our way in Ukraine, and we can just fucking make up. But the funny thing is the fucking the Euro Nazis don't like that, right? They're like, no, why is Trump leaving Ukraine? Oh, we need... You hear these fucking retarded, desperate NATO people being like, Russia's going to kill us all. Well, Russia can't fight us. They don't have actual weapons. I'm like, are you fucking retarded? That's the other retarded people in the world. Fucking NATO people. You fucking retarded, dumb fucks. There's so much fucking retarded people in this fucking world. Like, how did anyone ever think West... How did white supremacy ever become a thing? It's like they're so fucking retarded. The only thing Russia must have are weapons. Sup, it bro GG. If you want to chat more, I don't usually see the Twitch stuff, so you might want to hop over to the YouTube link, but you're welcome to stay on the Twitch if that's where you came from. But like, did people forget that Russia has 5,000 plus nukes? Like, they didn't just get rid of them. And they, too, have secondary fire operations. That means, like, you know, if they ever detect that they're going to get nuked, guess what? Like, I see these fucking retarded NATO idiots being like, what if we just nuked Moscow? That would solve all of our problems. Yeah, if you nuked Moscow, the entire Western Europe, Western civilization would be over. Like, Europe would be dust. Europe would be fucking toast. Europe would be nuclear wasteland for the next 2,000 years. You ever hear about Tsar Bomba, you motherfuckers? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure China feels the same way. China is, of course, very, 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 very careful with their foreign policy, and for good reason, right? Any false step could be used against them. Even good steps are used against them. So if you make a false step, that's like used heavily against you. And you know, they made some false steps in the past. Let me tell you. You know, Great Leap Forward, that was kind of a false step. Okay, Cultural Revolution, kind of a false step. Okay, Khmer Rouge support, kind of a false step. And so they want to not fall for it again win. So, sup, David? I told you to fucking enjoy Hawaii, damn it. Don't fucking hang around here with me and, I don't know how many retards. 14 retards watching me. And me. I'm the retard. I'm the king of the retards. Everyone's retarded, though. Everyone's just fucking retarded. Fucking Obama. Oh, checking Insar. Oh, thanks, Steve. Wait, why is fucking Obama? I don't know. What's up, illustrious? What's going on? What should I get for food? I should order now, so when I'm done with the stream, it's ready. I usually get like chicken parm. Speaking of Italian, hey, it's me, Mario. Actually, to be honest though, I actually like Italian Marxists the most. Like I've been reading all of Domenico Lacerda's books. Giovanni Arrighi, I'm just kind of like, why do we even pay attention to Michael Hudson? Like, there are thousands of Chinese economists that say the same fucking shit Michael Hudson is saying. And better. Because guess what? They've lived American super imperialism and neo-imperialism and all this fucking shit. They've analyzed that shit because guess what? They're fighting against that shit. So they're actually putting into place policies that counter American neo-imperialism. So I'm just kind of like, why do we listen to this fucking Michael Hudson person? What, just because he's fucking white? I mean, that's probably the fucking reason, right? Because he's white. And so, like, who's going to trust a chink with this chink in economics? We got to trust this white guy to show us the way. You know, ignore the fact that he's a fucking Trotskyite, like literal fucking godson of Trotsky, right? Just fucking ignore all of that and just, you know. But it's just kind of like, you could pick any one of these fucking 1,000 Chinese economists that could tell it a lot better, or you could go to fucking Giovanni Arrighi, because guess what? In the 1990s, he was already like, yeah, China's already locked this shit up, guys. In the fucking 1990s, he was saying this. So that's why I'm like, what the fuck are we even talking about? In the 1990s, this motherfucker, this Italian guy, he was like, it's over. China's already won. China will be the next economic center after it was the Italians, the Italian city-states, right? Then it was the Netherlands in conjunction with the Spanish Empire, but it was really the Netherlands that was the economic base of capitalism. Then it was France and England, and then England won that battle, right? In the 7 Years' War in 1753 or whatever. Then it was America, obviously, after World War II. But even before then, when the British had to go on the get off the sterling standard in 1930. And so from when as Arrighi is tracing these things, he's like, yeah, now it's China. It's going to be China 100%. Like, he saw the Vietnam War as basically the end of America's ascendancy as the center of economics in the world. And I was like, holy shit, this guy like saw that coming over 30 years ago. Like he was just like, yeah, it's over. It's done. Like he was just like fucking Babe Ruthing that shit. He was like fucking boom. You know, I'm pointing out my fucking shot 25 years in the future, 30 years in the future. I'm going to be like, yeah, it's done. It's already over. Adam Smith in Beijing. This is what he wrote. Adam Smith in Beijing. I haven't read it yet. There's the last one I have a bunch of stuff that I have to read. I've been reading more Giovanni Arrighi stuff. I'm going through most of it. Because not Arrighi. What's his name? Domenico Lacerda. Domenico Lacerda is more of a philosopher, Marxist philosopher. And so he kind of traces the arguments of liberals and whatever in philosophy about like contextualizing different events and whatever. He doesn't really talk about economics that much. Arrighi is the economic side of Marxism. And it's just like, he just fucking sees everything. And it's like, why are we following a Trotskyite ideologue when we got better people who are not connected to fucking Trotsky at all, right? Not saying that like Hudson's views are Trotskyite. I obviously know that his views are, you know, sound with economics, whatever. But even just having that stain on him. It's just like, why? There are better people. Yes, holy cow. Giovanni Arrighi is the author of this. Adam Smith in Beijing. I got his first 2 books. Yeah, they're both like fucking... They're great. I just don't understand. It's just like, there's no reason. There's no reason for it unless you're a white supremacist. That's the only reason. The only reason to glaze this guy over like thousands of Chinese economists who probably say the same fucking thing and better. And or Giovanni Arrighi, who's obviously fucking economic genius. The only reason is like you're a white supremacist. You know, and I'm sup, I'm not a donkey. Who you is? You seem new. How's it going? Are you just to warn you, just greetings from Argentina. Oh, how's it going, it bro GG? Russia may be the only country that ever fought it alone. You mean fought alone? What do you mean they fought alone? I'm it, bro. Oh, what's up? You're the Argentinian. Gotcha. Well, welcome. I'm not a donkey. We talk about, yeah, this is just a stream. There's no real debate going on, just to warn you. And if you want to argue with me, don't, because you'll be banned. That's the only rule. Just don't argue with me, and you can stay for the hijinks and lol. This is not a democracy. This is dictatorship of me. But yeah, shit. My fucking stream is like skipping all over the place today. God damn it. Whatever. But you don't come here to see me play, 60 frames per second fucking video games. You don't see, whatever. I don't fucking know. I tried to like get rid of like all this shit. I don't know what's going on. Cuz CPU it says 11%. Does Arrighi or Smith in Beijing connect Christ to Marxist economics? No. Why would they do that? What? Who wants to do that shit? That's like, why are we introducing fucking metaphysics into Marxism again? That's what what do you think fucking Feuerbach was? What do you think fucking Feuerbach was needed for? To get all of the metaphysics of religion out of Marxism. So it's just like, okay, you can say all the fucking vulgar jibber jabber you want, but Lenin was very emphatic about separating church and state. So I'm going to go with my fucking guy Lenin instead of your fucking logo dataless retard, okay? That's all I'll fucking say, QFK, about that. That guy's a Protestant anyway. Protestantism is like non-Christianity. Or is it Catholic? That's even fucking worse. That sounds reasonable. I'd rather hear new ideas. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a donkey. I'm just kind of like, if you want other ideas, if you want the mainstream idea shit, you can go to fucking Twitter. You can go to fucking YouTube. I guess you're already on YouTube. You can go to a whole bunch of other fucking people that spout the same fucking nonsense all the time on CNN or whatever. But if you want the actual fucking truth of what's going on, collected by, well, Wang Oni-chan, I would suggest looking into Orthodox Christianity, because Catholicism is tainted. It's tainted. Catholicism has been tainted ever since the Dark Ages. You know what they fucking did in the Dark Ages, Wang Oni-chan? They purposely made it so that no one knew how to fucking read, so that whenever the serf got out of line, the people, the church person would be like, oh, well, you can't do that because, and then the serf would be like, why? It was like, oh, the priest would be like, because the Bible said so. And then he'd get killed or something. That's the Dark Ages for you. Literacy for men was less than 10%. Why do you think that was? Because A, they wanted serfs to just fucking surf, right? They wanted them to just fucking work. And B, they didn't want to get other ideas of like knowing what the fucking Bible actually said. For 1,000 years, they used the Bible to control their own fucking people. And that's what Martin Luther was actually a revolutionary. He was like an anti-capitalist revolutionary, if I'm being honest. He was the one that called out the Roman Church's decadence during the 1400s because they were, guess what? They made all that fucking money from the Italian city-states, and then they were recruiting homosexuals. Lorenzo de' Medici was recruiting all these homos to make all this heretical shit all over Rome. Like these homo-inspired statues of David and Michelangelo drawings and whatever. Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo, all these homos in Florence. Yeah, they were hiring all those people in the 1400s to make all this Catholic art. Guess what? They added their little homo shit in there too. Like the brain around God and God and Adam. The brain around God, as if there's no such thing as God. Or and then even after that, who started the fucking Crusades? 1095. The Crusades were started by the fucking Catholics. And that was imperialism. That was the start of Western imperialism. 1095 was the start of Western imperialism. Because guess what happened? They came into contact with all this fucking shit in the Arabic world. Like Aristotle. They found the fucking works of Aristotle and fucking, what's his name? Thomas Aquinas. Found the Aristotle shit, started translating it, brought back Greek fucking shit to the West and the scientific method, and then fucking Isaac Newton later on creates fucking physics, and then fucking British use that to create steamships to kill Chinese people with. So yeah, fuck Catholics. But Protestants, kind of same fucking shit though too, right? Because guess who used, I think America had a weird form of Protestantism because it was more based on deism, which was kind of like an egoist form of Christianity, formed in the 1600s by theosophists and fucking. This is why I'm reading this shit, right? This is why I'm reading this shit. How fucking. By the 1500s, there was all this fucking magical bullshit. You know how like people make fun of like voodoo and Haiti for being like this, African kind of culture mixed with Christianity and all this fucking magic shit? That's what fucking white people were doing in the 1500s, the 1400s, the 1500s, the 1600s. That's what they were fucking doing. They were making all this magic shit that later on inspired the fucking Nazis, right? So, yeah, Protestantism, not so great either, right? because they used it to be like, hey, slavery's fine, actually. Slaves, obey your masters. It's written in the Bible, right here. How could this exist? This text must presuppose slavery as a eternal existing thing. So the only Christianity I want to fuck with these days is Orthodox Christianity. I still have to. I've read a book about it. I haven't gone to service yet, but that's the only thing I don't even know how I got on this stupid topic. What am I even talking about, guys? What am I even fucking talking about? Oh, you're 39. You're on the internet to get info, not to be relevant myself. Lol. Yeah, I say all the time I'm not donkey. I'm not here to gain followers either. I'm just here so that, when the nuclear holocaust happens and 500 billion years from now, aliens find Earth, they'll find, data. They'll find all these fucking people yapping, during that time. And they'll be like, oh, shit. This guy saw it all happen. This guy was right. So I'm making this shit for aliens 500 billion years in the future. I'm not a donkey. So that's why I do this. I just do this for posterity. Just to point to it and be like, hey, Doug Kim was right about every fucking thing in the world. Didn't Jews sacrifice Christians? No, that was a myth. That was a fucking myth. There may have been some like Jewish sects. Like there were Jewish cults too. There wasn't just like Christian cults back in the day. There were Jewish Kabbalah magic shit going on. So yeah, I'm sure, there were some fucking Jewish cults maybe that were doing that fucking shit. But that doesn't mean like the whole fucking religion or the people were doing that shit. Just like there's some crazy fucking Christian cults today. Like Korea is now the center of like the crazy Christian cult. There's like, I think there's like 300,000 people who are members of Shincheonji. I think I mentioned that. Did I mention that I was recruited? I think I wrote about it in a tweet, but I'm not sure if I mentioned that. I don't care. I'm Chinese. I do the ancestor worship thing. I mean, that's fine. I don't know about like worship. I would never worship my ancestors, but I revere them and respect them, obviously. I remember when my grandma died, like in 2011, I want to say 2012, something like that. We went to Korea. It was this whole huge fucking mountain area that had like mass like grave sites. It's not a mass grave where everyone's thrown into one grave. It was like a mass like line of graves. But it was like graves for as far as the eye can see. I was like, oh, it's kind of spooky a little bit actually. We all had to wear these fucking yellow bands, like, or whatever. We all wore these black suits with these yellow bands on them. I think it was kind of like a Buddhist sort of ritual or a Korean sort of, because it wasn't like a American funeral or anything like that. Or it wasn't even like a Christian type of funeral. It was kind of like, I think then afterwards, like we went to some memorial area and they probably had her. I just remember my aunts wailing. And it was like a sound I've never heard in my life. And it's a sound I don't care to hear again in my life. But I could see ancestor worship being a thing. My gomos, they had lived with basically my grandma almost their entire lives. And they were probably around 50s, 60s at that point. So it was kind of intense. It was a little intense. I don't know if I'm going to be like that when my parents die, but probably not. Probably not that intense. But, I'll obviously be very sad. Oh yeah, the wailing. That I mean, it's, a lot of fucking Korean horror movie is about like ancestor worship and that kind of shit too. So it's like, yeah, some of the fucking Korean shamanistic stuff. I don't know, because that's what cults come from. Cults come from the mix of indigenous stuff with Christianity, right? Like it's like how people interpret Christianity in their own indigenous context. And so for, people like in Germany or whatever, this kind of all started when, like I said before, in the 1200s when, what's his face? Fucking Thomas Aquinas brought back Aristotle and all that shit. The Greek people, they had a lot of ideas about, obviously, God and metaphysics and stuff that seemed to align with Christianity. Like Plato sort of aligned with Christianity, but there was still an egoistic element to Platoism. Or that's what Neoplatonism is, right? Or Gnosticism, where it's just kind of like, oh, like the ideas of Christianity are great, but we don't really need the God part of it. That's kind of like jibber jabber or whatever. So like, even in like the German sense, you could even call Protestantism somewhat of a cult, because it's like more of like a self-based kind of like Christianity, rather like kind of discarding a little bit of the mysticism that's involved in Christianity. That's why I'm like, Orthodox is the happy medium, right? It still has the mysticism of Catholicism, right? It still has some of that mysticism, right? But it also has the strict adherence to the actual scriptures that Protestantism does. So it has a combination of those both, and it doesn't assign the Pope any sort of like supreme authority, because like, yeah, in Christianity, there should not be any hierarchy, right? There's no hierarchy, and because all men are created equal, right? That's the idea, right? Oh fuck! What the fuck? But yeah, did you see? Yeah, I saw Exuma. That was a little disturbing, but I did appreciate the political turn at the end. I won't spoil it, but for those of you who might want to watch it, but I guess that is kind of a spoiler, huh? Those movies are so good, but overdone now. Metissa Bapet, oral suctioning of circumcision area. What the fuck? All right. Well, I don't know what they do now. I don't know what Zionist Jews do now. Like, to me, Zionism is another Jewish cult. It's not Judaism. Like they say it's Judaism, but it's just like a fucking secular Jewish cult. That's what it is. They don't believe in any of their fucking stuff from there. They don't even like. Have you met like most American Jews today? They don't give a fuck. Like when I was growing up, they were all Reformed Jews. They were all Ashkenazi, right? There are no Sephardic. There's no fucking Orthodox. There's no Hasidic Jews there. They were all Ashkenazi. Probably all from Germany or Poland. Right? And they were all Reformed Jews. They did the hyphenated fucking last name bullshit that they do. None of them, they learned the bare minimum to get through their bar mitzvahs, right? They didn't give a fuck about their faith. There was no faith for them. All right, let's be fucking real here. They're not Jewish in the sense that they're religious. They have imputed through Hitler, through the German Nazis, they have imputed German Nazi race science onto themselves. Yeah, I mean, there were definitely German Jews and Polish Jews in my area. That's why we had great bagels in New York, right? Did you guys know that? Bagels actually came from Polish Jews back in the day. Now that there aren't any Polish Jews for obvious reasons, but the ones that survived and left Poland, they gave us bagels, which is great. I love a good bagel in New York. They don't make them in California quite the same. I don't know why it's so hard to make good bagels. Sup, Chinaman? How's it going? And a pastrami. I do like a good Reuben sandwich from time to time, I won't lie. But ever since 10/7, I've boycotted Jewish delis. I'm personally boycotting Jewish delis after 10/7. Not that it's gonna do anything, but you know, I feel better about myself. I feel the leftist moralist goodness about myself for boycotting a Jewish deli. And I started going to my Middle Eastern place more. You know, getting some QFK knows. I was going to. Wait, why am I boycotting Coke again? Oh wait, are they Zionist? Well, Coke is somewhat grandfathered in. I mean, like they're like 120-year-old company. They're kind of grandfathered into the American empire. But you know, whatever. Sponsor me. Sponsor me, Coca-Cola. I'm like the least sponsorable influencer. I'm the anti-sponsorable streamer on the internet. I'm the least. Fireside Chats. I get that reference and much respect to it. FDR, Truman, and Eisenhower on my top 10 presidents. Yeah, Dark Sage. You might get the wrong idea here. Fireside Chat. I mean, like, yeah, I am biting off FDR, but it's more because I like to bite off shit. It's not because I actually like those presidents. Truman is fucking Nazi scum. As a Korean, let me just fucking tell you that. FDR was kind of was making the turn. I feel like he was making the turn because he, you know, his vice president, Henry Wallace, was pro-Soviet. He was very pro-Soviet, actually. I think he was from throughout the war years, he was the World War II vice president. And in 1944, the Democrats, interestingly enough, during a world war, decided to run FDR with Harry S. Truman. This random bumblefuck guy from the middle of fucking nowhere. Because the Democrats knew that FDR, A, would likely win again, and B, that the war would end soon, and they needed an imperialist to be in there. Oh, nice. I got paid $7,000 for promoting pastrami. Thanks. Thanks, Israel. Where's my fucking money? Democracy is hard to manage, Mr. Donkey. That's why I'm not a Democrat. Oops. That's why I'm not a Democrat. Where's my book? God damn it. That's why we're Marxist-Leninist up in this bitch, Mr. Donkey. This is what Lenin said. Lenin said, fuck your Christianity, QFK. That's what he said, actually. Direct quote. In 1914, he said, QFK, fuck your Christianity metaphysics in Marxism-Leninism. Fuck your ideas of vulgar materialism. I am Vladimir Lenin. I am... What's his first name? What's his actual name? Let me get his actual name. I am Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov. You dumb fuck. QFK's gone. I don't think he's here anymore. I like the Indian guru where he said democracy is for the people by the people, but the people are retarded. That sounds like Gandhi. Or it should be Gandhi. Gandhi, if India had a Mao instead of a Gandhi, we would all be saved by now. We would all be fucking living in communism. Like, can you imagine India and China being communist superpowers right now? Jeez. That would be the end of the West immediately. Like if the fucking Soviet Union, like how did the Soviet Union, China drop the ball on that shit so bad? Lenin actually was not Christian at all. What are you talking about? Stalin was Christian, or he used to be Orthodox, but Lenin was not Christian. But I guess you're still here. I just didn't see you talk. Soviets dropped the ball all over the fucking place because Khrushchev was a secret Trotskyite the entire time. I think Khrushchev killed Stalin the same way the Democrats probably killed FDR. That's right. I think the Democrats killed FDR because they knew the war was going to be over soon. They knew FDR was kind of sick with the polio, so they can run, blah, blah, blah. They could be like, oh, he just died from natural causes, right, guys? And Henry Wallace was pro-Soviet, and they knew that, didn't like that. So they brought in their fucking random guy from the middle of nowhere, Missouri, fucking Randomville area. And they were like, hey, let's let this hick run the show after fucking FDR croaks. And lo and fucking behold, even before the fall of the Nazis in May, right? May 2nd was the fall of the Nazis. FDR dies a full month before that. And you're telling me in a world war between America and Nazi Germany and fucking Imperial Japan, you're telling me that they're not going to do an autopsy? You're telling me that during a fucking world war, they're not going to do an autopsy on the motherfucker, even if he did have polio? I mean, he wasn't like fucking Woodrow Wilson. Woodrow Wilson was running on fucking fumes. He was a retard at the end of his presidency. His wife was running the show. But FDR, his mind was kicking still. That's why he was fucking elected for a fourth term. So I'm like, Democrats probably took him out. And I think Khrushchev, on his side, was like, you know what? Let's get Stalin out of the way. Let's get Beria out of the way. Probably killed Beria, too. So he could be the top dog. And, the proof is in the fucking pudding, right? He takes the fucking position. What? How long did he fucking rule, even? All right, so then he takes over in 53 as a secretary. And then he takes premier in 58. And he gets ousted in 64. Right? So he only is the premier for 6 years. So after the fucking Khrushchev speech or whatever, after he fucking shits on Stalin like a fucking retard, he only rules for another 6 years because the Soviets are probably like, this guy fucking sucks ass. He was literally trying to make deals with JFK as if America was to be trusted. Well, maybe JFK was to be trusted because the CIA took him out too. So you just have, fucking FDR getting taken out by the Democrats. You got fucking Stalin taken out by Khrushchev. You got fucking JFK taken out by CIA. You got fucking RFK taken out by the CIA. You got people fucking taking out each other on both fucking sides of the Cold War because the fucking financial fucking oligarchs that are running the entire show were fucking pulling the strings the entire fucking time. Except in the not fall for it again award winning place of China. Because what does China do? It never falls for it again award wins, right? It makes mistakes, yes. Like I mentioned before, it makes mistakes like the Great Leap Forward. It makes mistakes like the Cultural Revolution. It makes mistakes like the Pol Pot disaster. But it doesn't repeat those mistakes, right? All that wisdom, all that dialectical wisdom of Confucianism, that was based on thousands of years of internal strife. Like Confucius didn't just wake up one day and be like, "Hey guys, this is the way to make a perfect society." No, he was like, "We've been fighting for thousands of years. All these Chinese fucking warlords have been like, this is how we make a harmonious state, you dumb fucks." What's up, BM? Oh. Yeah, no worries. Just keep your Japanese degeneracy under check and we'll be okay. Otherwise, I'm going to say Jap a lot. No, just kidding. I love that like you're cool that I can just say Jap and you'll be cool with it. There are a lot of like people who are like really sensitive about that shit. Like white people when I say Jap, and they're like, "Oh, you shouldn't say that." I'm like, "Relax, cracker. That's my cracker." Black people get to call you cracker. I get to call Japs Jap, all right? And when I say Jap, I don't mean like every fucking Japanese person, though it is a lot of Japanese people. Like, yes, obviously there are some Japanese people that, talk about the war crimes and are like, yeah, we hate that shit. There's this person that follows me on Twitter. She calls herself, like, her entire handle is far leftist Japanese woman. I hate my country. It is disgusting and disturbing. It's like all this like stuff about like hating on Japan. I was like, yes, yeah, that person is not a Jap. But for the rest of y'all who watch shit like Neon Genesis Evangelion and think, yeah, that shit's cool, you're a fucking Jap, all right? That's what you are. Japagetti. That's why I say, like, that's what I say about Jeets, too. Most Indian people are not Jeets. But there are a lot of people in India who are. Right? And it's not just Indian people who are Jeets. It's any person who is not white, who fucking glazes white people all the time. Like WMF mind virus people, they're all Jeets. It's the Jeet virus. WMAF mind virus and the Jeet virus are the fucking same fucking bullshit. Fucking Kash Patel with his Valhalla. I'll see you in Valhalla, Charlie Kirk. What are you, fucking Jeet? Yeah, you're king of the Jeets, I guess. You're the head Jeet. During the British Raj, those Indian sepoys, they were all fucking Jeets. All the fucking people who willingly served in the British Army. That's why I said, D. Wallace, when a Jap is someone who does not acknowledge the Japanese war crimes, basically. If you don't acknowledge that your people were fucking scum, then you're a fucking Jap. That's what you are. And if you're a Jeet, you just glaze white people all the time. So, That's the terminology we use here. So I feel like I'm very precise about like because in the 2020, 2021, I would say the most cancelable shit all the time, right? But then, you kind of figure out how to duck and weave and kind of dodge the censors and dodge the whatevers and dodge the fucking cancel fucking freaks. And you're like, all right, I feel like I'm feeling my way through so I can be offensive, but also be funny enough that nobody cares. That's the Doug Kim methodology. Figuring out where that line of offensiveness is. Like, for example, like with homosexuality. You can call things gay all the time now. Nobody bats an eye. If you use the F word, I guess that's your prerogative, but if you don't, like me, or if you try to stay away from it like me, I'm not perfect. I think I've said it once or twice on the stream before. But if you stay away from it, you're kind of in the clear. You can kind of like duck and weave. You can call, oh yeah, that's gay and retarded. That's gay and retarded. That's gay and retarded. I'm kind of like the Wing Chun master of being offensive, But really, all of my insults have to do with, do you glaze white people or do you glaze yourself? That's the difference, because people use slurs, obviously, for the opposite reason, right? They said, how far do you deviate from the white standard? That's basically what slurs are. That's what racial slurs are. How far do you deviate from this white standard? If you deviate from this white standard, I'm going to call you this N-word. I'm going to call you this chink. I'm going to call you blah, blah, blah. But if you are properly white and you're nice to us whites and you fucking suck our dicks, then we're going to call you an honorary Aryan. Or we're going to just call you a chink anyway because we're racist anyway. So fuck you. That's what fucking white supremacist slurs are that. What I try to do is make anti-white supremacist slurs like Jeet, WMF Mind Virus, Jap, fucking, like I said before in the stream, like just call Zionists Nazis. That's what they fucking are. Like, why are we even just saying Zionists now? Just fucking call them Nazis. Whenever a fucking Zionist comes on your feed now, I just say, shut the fuck up, Nazi scum. I just like... There's no point in arguing anymore. There's no point in arguing. Just fucking call them Nazi scum all the fucking time, because that's what they are. That's actually what they are. If you fucking Theodore Herzl and Elliot Rodger are the same fucking person. Let me repeat that for you again. Theodore Herzl and Elliot Rodger, and we all know, all the Asians in this place know why I'm saying that. Why I'm saying that about Elliot Rodger, right? Because all the white people, they just see, oh, he's an incel that just killed everyone. And that's true, right? But they never bring up the fact that he was half Asian. Why? Why is that? Why is it, in fact, this would be kind of like a thing to jump on, actually. Be like, oh, it was actually an Asian guy that killed everyone. And so Asian people are incels, right? I know some Asian women try to fucking make that argument like pieces of shit, dumb fucks. Even though Elliot Rodger killed his three Chinese roommates. Male roommates. They were all fucking male. He didn't kill a single Asian woman. Right? I think he killed like one white woman or something. Or one, I don't know. He's not even fucking good at being a terrorist. He just killed the people that were sleeping in his apartment. Like a dumb fucking scum. Because that's why. That's why they didn't bring that up. That he was Asian. Because if you dug a little deeper, you would see that he killed 3 Asian men. So that's why they didn't say it. But we Asian men, we know why he fucking aped the shit out. Exactly, in illustrious media. He's an Oxford study product. He's he's the product of the WMF mind virus. Because he had a father who was extremely racist, and he had a fucking dumbass mother who ate that shit up like a dumb bitch. So when you grow up in that environment, like, how could you not be a school shooter? You know, it's just like, yeah, he hated being Asian. He hated so much being Asian. He detested his own existence. That's the Elliot Rodgers story. And who's exactly like that? Theodore Herzl. He hated being Jewish. He was like, fuck, I'm Jewish. I wish it was German. That's what he was saying all the fucking time. He was writing about that shit too. And it's like, oh, this is a way we can kind of be German. If we have our own fucking imperialist state, so we can be we can kind of have our own identity here to be fucking imperialists, just like the Germans, just like every other white people in this European fucking place. Theodor Herzl just wanted to be white. That was his motivation. That was also Elliot Rodgers' motivation. They're the same fucking person. It's just that Elliot Rodgers' manifesto never took off, and Hoppa's never formed a, I guess, Zionist state for themselves. Unless you're Noah or Argmani, right? Unless you're a woman, Hoppa, then you could just go to fucking Israel and just be a fucking prostitute for them for free. I want to be a trans furry character. Could you imagine this? What are you talking about? I thought you were going to stop being degenerate. Bring your Jap degeneracy in here, BM. He's a loser Hoppa incel who couldn't get laid and got constant mogged by full Asian roommates. Wait, were his roommates actually dating hot blondes? That's fucking hilarious, actually. Bro, r/hot, like Reddit, the Hoppa's Reddit, that was like Nazi Central 10, 15 years ago. But they hated white people too. But they were kind of like also, like when you talk about Asian incels, the Hoppas were the worst of the fucking worst. Like, people are like, you know, those fucking WMA women, they're like, oh, our Asian masculinity, oh, our... I was like, no. The Hoppas subreddit, that was fucking nuclear wasteland of, like, inceldom. And it's funny because it kind of validates my theory. I said something to the effect of, I think I mentioned this last time, but I said something to the effect of, if every white man, if every white man was Asian, or every white kid in high school was Asian for 1 week, there would be no children left in high schools anymore. Every child, every high school student would be massacred. We would lose the entire generation in high school, if white, and that Hoppa's Reddit kind of proves my theory correct. Like, they were the most fucking extreme incels because they were Asian, but they were also white, and they were like, why am I not getting these white privileges that other white people are getting? Why am I being treated as Asian too? You know? That was the fucking Elliot Rodgers, and that's fucking Zionism in a nutshell. Zionism is basically an extension of the WMAF mind virus. I just blew your mind. I just blew all your fucking minds, didn't I? You thought I was talking about the WMI virus because I couldn't get my dick wet, right? You thought I was an incel. You thought I was, oh no, these Asian women aren't dating me. No. I'm telling you that Zionism is the WMF mind virus. It's also Jeedism. It's basically fucking white worship at its core. Jeedism, WMF mind virus, being a fucking Jap, being a fucking Jeet, being a fucking Zionist. It's all the fucking WMF mind virus. Bruh, Armenians, are y'all even white though? QFK, do you consider Armenian to be white though? Hoppas should name themselves hoplites when the war starts. What's a hoplite? Well, when the war starts, they'll probably be Mishlings. Mishlings in the second degree, Mishlings. Well, the Nazis, yeah, if you were a Mishling, probably didn't fare well. You needed to be a Mishling in the second degree to be in the clear. But if you were a 3/4 Asian or full Asian, yeah, then you're fucked. There was no. If you were half Jewish, half German, you might be able to, depending on where you lived, you could get a pass and maybe not concentration camped. If you were Mishling in the secondary, which is 1/4 Jewish, you typically had opportunities. You pretty much were okay. You couldn't probably work in the SS or anything like that. You couldn't work in anything like that, but most other things you were probably okay for. It's actually funny because Germans, took a lot of their race laws from American race laws, and they were like, "Wait a second, this one drop thing, it's kind of harsh, bro. We'll set the limit at 1/4. If you're a 1/4 Jew, anything under a 1/4 Jew, you're okay." They basically were like. So it's funny because the Germans were like, I think America's a little too racist. We need to be less racist than America. No, because Gavin Newsom passed a law saying Armenians aren't white. Oh. Wait, did he? What law did he pass? That's a law? You aren't white anymore? Let's see. Let's see what's going on. I don't consider Armenians to be white. I consider whites to be Armenian. I don't understand that logic. Only Hoppas I met that were cool had Asian dads. Yeah. That's typically the case, but then you sometimes get an extreme outlier like fucking Gordon Chang. That guy had an Asian dad, and I don't know what happened with that. It's usually, you know what it is? For those types of people with an Asian dad and white mother that kind of like go off the reservation like Gordon Chang. I think what characterizes those people is if they had like kind of like an absentee father or like a, or father who just left, or basically like a fatherless AMWF kid. Those are usually scum, actually. Yeah, unfortunately. But yes, if you have a well-adjusted Asian dad as your dad, you likely turn out fine. You don't shoot up fucking schools. Even fucking Cho Seung-hee sounded like he didn't even like. I think he only had his mom. I'm not sure actually. I have to research that. Actually, let's see. Y'all know who Cho Seung-hee is? The most successful mass murderer in American history. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I guess Asians don't fuck around when they're mass murdering. Asians do not fuck around. We found that out from the Japs. That's for sure, right? Let's see. He was a resident alien. Don't really see any. Okay, see, immigrated. Oh, I guess they did have fine parents. They were a strong Christian faith. Let's see. Search up CARE CA welcomes Governor Newsom Jesus, QFK, are you fucking like... Oh, yeah, I guess you are. You're a paralegal, I forgot. I was like, wait, are you a fucking lawyer or some shit? I was like, oh, wait. Kind of. He killed 38 people, I think. Let's see. 32 killed, 23 injured, 17 from gunfire. What he did, apparently, was he double-tapped a lot of victims as well. So, that was pretty fucking psychotic shit. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Chosen He was a psychopath. I mean, I think he had mental disorders. He was looking for mental help, actually. That's the ironic part. In Virginia Tech, prior to the thing, he was looking for mental health services, but they were never really given to him. I think it was 2007. You can look it up, man. It's all on the internet. Chosen He. But yeah. Pretty crazy dude. But yeah, man, if that happened today, Jesus Christ, man, the fucking hate. You think the hate crimes are bad now? Oh my God. Thank God that didn't happen today. Jesus. I feel like most Asians today, especially Gen Z Asians, they would never do anything like that because, like, I don't know. Maybe they would. Maybe some fucking. But you know who does fucking shoot up shit? Taiwanese Americans. They fucking shoot up other Chinese people. Like, what the fuck is wrong with them? God. I think I might have talked about the Love is Blind shit show, but I could. Do you guys know about the Love is Blind shit show? I think I talked about it last time. It's just kind of like, I mean, what am I supposed to say now? Like that fucking Greta Lee being like, hey guys, you're never gonna guess what's the romance is like at the end of Tron. I'm like, you dumb bitch. We already know it's WMAF, you dumb bitch. That's all you fucking do. How is that surprising? And this fucking random 93-year-old having a kid with this Asian woman. He looks like fucking Skeletor. And I'm just kind of like... It's like, what do I even say? What do I even say that hasn't been said? What do I say that I have not said at this point anymore? What can I even say? I feel like it's like... Is everyone else retarded and not and taking crazy pills? Because that's what I feel like. I feel like everyone else in my reality, like I started at this beginning of the show, is just fucking retarded. It's like so much fucking retarded nonsense all the fucking time. But yeah, the show is called Love is Blind. It's a retarded reality like, I'm not watching retarded reality shit anyway. But yeah, I saw it come up on Twitter and I'm just like, ugh, God, this again. And you know what the funny part is? It was posted in R Asian American. That's WMF Mind Virus Central. Like, it's literally modded by fucking white men with Asian women. And even they were fucking talking about this shit. And it's like... I feel like you're advocating for Asians to react like Muslims when some draws a painting of Muhammad. Wait, I don't get it. To react like Muslims when some... I don't get it. Drawing Muhammad. I don't understand. Okay, whatever. But it's just like, what do I even say anymore? What do I even fucking say? Like, everyone, like, theorizes about blah, 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 whatever, and I'm just kind of like... Like, the other thing about Logo, QFK, okay, he says... I think he has a fucking sock puppet retweeting his retarded tweets. Like, there's this account on Twitter that just like glazes Logo all the time. And then Logo retweets that guy glazing him. And I was like, this guy's a fucking Logo sock puppet. One of that tweets was like it was quote tweeting Tucker Carlson saying something about England and how nobody ever talks about how England is evil. And it's like, everyone should realize that everyone's just watching Logo Daedalus and talking about the stuff that he's saying. And I'm like, are you fucking retarded? Like, every non-white person on the planet knew that England was evil fucks. And they were... I've been tweeting for the past 5 years that the UK is the most evil civilization in history. Like, I had a tweet that went viral 4 years ago for calling out the UK. Let me see if I can find it. This was on my other account. I don't know if it's still there. Harry Potter. I started by calling Harry Potter. Oh, there we go. All right, let me pull this up. Let's see. Yeah. So as you can see here, I talked about this all the fucking time 4 years ago. And I got a lot of hate for it, actually. You can see by the ratio how much hate I got from it. The UK is the most evil civilization in humanity's history. Spawned Australia, South Africa, and the United States, Canada, New Zealand, settler colonies, extracted trillions of dollars value from Indian wealth, responsible for the early death of an estimated 1.8 billion during their rule, fought 2 wars to be drug dealers in China, massacred Beijing during the Boxer Rebellion, took over Hong Kong, made Hong Kong Gen Z kids a bunch of white-worshipping, bootlicking bitches, controlled 24% of the global population, created Israel-Palestine conflict, cascaded into all the problems in the Middle East since 1945, treated Versailles, gutted Germany, giving the pretext for Hitler's rise, some of the worst food in the world, despite having appropriated the entire world, having terrible teeth, like what the fuck is the deal with that, driving on the wrong side of the road, and Harry Potter, trying to push xenophobia, fear of Chinese takeover the entire planet, when we should teaching Anglophobia, since they actually tried it once, appropriated tea so much that people think they came up with it, no good original culture since Shakespeare. So yeah, that was me back in 4 years ago. I was calling out the fucking UK. Are you fucking kidding me? Yes, everyone's just looking at Logo Daedalus's tweets and like, shut the fuck up. God, what a fucking retard. What, they didn't create a fucking Harry Potter QFK? Is that what you're saying? You're giving them the pass for Harry Potter? Who's Jimmy Savile? Jimmy Savile? UK isn't a civilization. Greek is only thing Europe can call a true civilizational state. Well, I guess you could call the Romans that too. You know what I found funny? The Romans, when they talked about conquering England, like I think it was like Caesar, who was like, these are by far the stupidest people I've ever conquered. That's what Caesar said about English people. I think Cicero was like, these people are fucking retarded. That's like the one redeeming factor of J.K. Rowling QFK. That's like the only redeeming factor of J.K. Rowling. She was racist as fuck though, and she's like not even clever about it either. Fucking Cho Chang. You couldn't think of a better name for your WMF character than Cho fucking Chang. Are you fucking kidding me? You're a fucking writer and you couldn't do any research to come up with a name that was not fucking Ching Chang Cho Chang? Dumb fuck. God. And then like the black character, last name Shacklesbolt. Wow. I don't know what that could be referenced to. Like, what the fuck are you trying to say, you dumb fucking racist bitch? And then she made, like, Dumbledore a gay guy. Though, they should have made Voldemort a gay guy, because Voldemort was supposed to be Hitler, right? That's the idea. But they did not make Voldemort. I don't think, right? I don't fucking know. It's been a while. It's been a while since I even watched any of those shit movies. I did read the books. What's Lama Foul for? I don't know. Did I say something funny? Sometimes I don't know, like, if I'm saying something funny or something. I just, like, say the truth. And I'm not even trying to be funny, and then people laugh, and I'm like... Oh, was that funny? That's happened to me on more than one occasion. Like, people are like, I don't think it's that it's funny. It's more that like they're like, oh wow, you said it out loud. Like you said what everyone's thinking out loud. I'm like, yeah. Y'all didn't fucking say this. Y'all didn't fucking see this. Y'all didn't fucking, know about this shit. It's all fucking, yeah. I mean, all the fucking Harry Potter characters were gay and retarded. Like, the 5th book, Order of the Phoenix, it's all Harry Potter just fucking whining on bitching, moaning all the time. I'm like, why am I the chosen one? Why couldn't it be someone else? Shut the fuck up and do your fucking job and save the world. Stupid bitch. Stop acting like a little bitch. God. Even when I was reading the fucking books, I was annoyed at Harry Potter. I was like, stop being a fucking little fucking bitch, Harry. Gross fucking nutsack. And fucking Avada Kedavra these motherfuckers, you dumb fuck. If you watch Harry Potter in Broadway, his son acts super gay. I think it's implied that he's gay. Whose son? Harry Potter's son? There's like is that like... Yeah, exactly. The Dursleys needed to lock that bitch up for the rest of his life. I mean, Hermione somewhat is gay now, to be honest, David Tay. She's like... She said something to the effect of like... expecting women to bear children is violence, or some fucking bullshit nonsense like that. I was like, bitch, you're 35 years old, you dumb bitch. Like, do you think you're like a teenager still? I was like, god damn. I used to think fucking what's her name? Hermione's Emma Watson. I used to think she was hot. Now I think you know what happened? There's a lot of liberal women I thought were hot like 10 years ago. And like the fucking the mirror is shattered. I don't know what the phrase is, but the it's all shattered. The image is shattered. Like, I'm just like seeing the fucking craziness of the aging liberal woman. And I'm like, thank the Lord I did not get with some. Like, I used to be very depressed, actually. I was like, oh man, all my friends, all my contemporaries, they're getting married. Oh man. And like, like blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of fine not being married right now, because I'm like, holy fucking shit. I cannot tell you how many people my age, like late 30s, getting divorced, going through a midlife crisis, like going, because I meet them at Ray's, right? I'm like, hey, like, I've never seen you before. Like, and we're chatting, and be like, yeah, I just got divorced. Blah blah blah. I was like, wait, what? And they're telling me about their marriage life. So like, holy fucking shit, that sounds fucking terrible. You know, I used to be into these kinds of women. I'm like, you know, the fucking manic pixie dream girl type women or whatever. And now I'm just like realizing, holy shit, they just had, you know, NPD and probably BPD. These fucking these fucking liberal women, both white and Asian. Like, Asian liberal women are actually worse sometimes than white liberal women. Like, you don't fucking know. That's why, like, when people are like, oh, the white liberal woman, oh, blah, 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 there's so much cognitive dissonance. It was like, oh, you think white liberal women have cognitive dissonance? Try teaching Asian women about the WMAF mind rise. Try even talking to them about it. It's like their brains can't accept statistical mathematics. Their brain can't accept math that is staring them in the fucking face. And they're like, we don't worship white people. We're actually against white supremacy. Let me suck my white boyfriend's dick some more before I say that, though. It's like, what are you fucking talking about? These WMA liberal women proselytizing to the rest of the Asian community against white supremacy while they're fucking a white man. And I'm like, are you fucking retarded? Do you not see how you're coming across right now? Not only to us, not only to other white people, but to the rest of the black, the Hispanic, whatever community. They're like, what? That's why, you know, in 2020, 2021, you had all those retards, like, yapping all the time. But you don't see them yapping anymore. You know why? There was someone willing to call them out on their fucking bullshit. And you are banned. And, dude, you're like fucking walking down. Shut the fuck up. You're done. You're a fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking cunt. Suck my dick. That's right. That's what for it, bro. If you saw that, that's what I do. If you come in saying that, you're just done. It's over. There's no debate in this fucking town. There's just, if you fucking come in here, you're either Mossad. Remember that one time that fucking crazy guy like made all these alts and started saying all this shit like he was a fucking Mossad agent, and then like kept coming with all these different accounts. I was like, holy fucking shit, am I getting like botted by Mossad right now? But yeah. Anyway, it's 10:18. I feel like I've been yapping a lot. Let me check the NGL. I did post it. I don't know if you guys saw, but I'm trying to post it now in the beginning of the thing so you guys can ask me questions, and then I'll answer it at the end. No one asked me any questions, though, so there will be no questions answered today. Maybe I should do it once, you know, after 15 minutes, because 20 minutes, sometimes people won't come in, like, until 30 minutes later or whatever. I thought that Wednesday chick was hot a few years back. Yeah, but did you see her fucking eyebrows now? I'm just like, why you look like a fucking alien? Jesus. She looks like a fucking Skeletor alien now. That's what Hollywood does to you. Because you know what I also realized? Hollywood is just Zionist Nazi propaganda. You know, all this time, I was fighting in Hollywood against white supremacy, right? Because it was fucking racist as fuck, especially to Asian people. And the only reason it wasn't racist as fuck to black people is because you couldn't really be openly racist to black people like that anymore. But nobody cared because nobody cares about Asian people. And the other thing is black people had developed their own verticals like the Apollo Theater and their own comedy stuff, blah, blah, blah. And so they created their own cultural stuff. And they also had jazz music and stuff like that. So they had a base of culture that they were already running from, as well as Hispanic people. They kind of more, more of their Mexican Latino culture they kind of brought into. But as far as Asian culture, nobody wanted that shit, right? For the longest time, unless it was Jap anime weeb shit. So what did we have to draw on? Nothing. But the other factor is, like I said before on several occasions, I think the American imperialists knew that they could never make an Asian person a hero of anything because that would make Asian men more cognizant of their identity. And they would look into the Korean War and the Vietnam War and realize that, yeah, they were the actual heroes against white supremacy the entire time. But the other thing I realized was that Steven Spielberg is kind of like the mainstream Zionist that controls it from the top. And then Harvey Weinstein was kind of like the independent film Zionist that controlled the art film world for the longest time until the Me Too movement. And now that I see A24 sort of take over the indie world, well, that was funded by the Guggenheim family. A Jewish hedge fund, right? A Jewish run hedge fund. So I was like, holy shit. After reading the Holocaust industry, after reading Zionists during the Holocaust, now I'm putting two and two together. Now I'm like, after the 67 war, and after Spielberg rose because of Jaws in 75, I think in the past 50 years, our entire Hollywood shit has been Zionist Nazi propaganda. Not all of it, of course. Obviously, a romantic comedy is not going to be about Zionism or whatever. But like Japanese anime, like I'm analyzing Japanese anime right now, right? Obviously, Demon Hunter or Naruto or whatever, that's not going to be very political. I mean, they might have some political shit in there, but it's not going to be as political as, say, Neon Genesis Evangelion or fucking Attack on Titan or shit like that. So it's not all of their media. It's not all of Japanese media that's propaganda of Imperial Japanese. But similar to America, it's not all American imperialist propaganda, but there is some, right? Like I said before, I think I talked about the 1980s when they in the 1980s they made a lot of propaganda against the Soviets because Ronald Reagan wanted to increase the military budget. So that's what they did. They made, all that fucking shit that I mentioned before. But once the Cold War is over, I've seen Steven Spielberg now donate billions of dollars to the Clinton family, right? In the 1990s, the Clintons come into power. And now that the Soviets are out of the way, it's time to go full fucking throttle on the Israel shit, right? That's what was going on. And so, when the Israel shit was going on, with, the Iraq War, the, Desert Storm, our shit in Iran, 9/11, blah, blah, blah. Guess who was dominating Hollywood the entire time for the past 30 years, especially after the Cold War ended? Those were fucking Zionist Nazi scum, right? You had all these fucking films in the 2000s, like Hurt Locker, like fucking what was it? What was that IDF film? Well, you had the Hurt Locker. You had, like, you know, the Osama bin Laden murder movie. You had the fucking, you know, all these fucking military movies in the 2000s. Like American Sniper. All this fucking shit. You know, they sort of have this liberal, oh, yeah, war is bad, but we had to do it, you know? Kind of fucking shit in it. And then it culminates, like I said before, with 2008 in Iron Man, right? They literally have an IDF weapon, a Jericho missile. That's an actual IDF weapon. A Jericho missile is created by Iron Man. And he's talking about one shot of this, terrorists won't even come out of their caves or something like that. And wow. Wow, that's just like blatant fucking Zionist propaganda. And like, it was basically military industrial complex and Zionist propaganda all rolled into one. And look, we're using technology to kill these Muslim barbarians. That was basically the fucking, you know, Iron Man 1. So after I do my whole well, first of all, I have to do my analysis on Breaking Bad finally. But after that, after Breaking Bad, I have to do my analysis on Kanye West. And then I have to do my analysis on the WMF mind virus. And then I have to do my analysis on Japanese anime. And then I'm going to do my analysis on Hollywood in general. Because holy shit. We are in the Matrix. And I am your personal Morpheus right now. I'm fucking blowing your mind. I'm like, what is real? How do you define real? If real is merely what you see and taste and touch, then real is merely electrical signals interpreted by your brain. Do you guys remember that scene when they're in the fucking the white, everything's white and there's just like the couch and a TV? That shit. Wait, the doctor in Iron Man was Israeli? Holy cow. Holy fucking shit. Are you serious? Yo, E.T. looks like ultra. No, but even fucking Spielberg, right? You have the Libyan terrorists in Back to the Future, right? With the plutonium. The fucking Libyan terrorists with plutonium, right? That Doc you know, needs to use for his fucking time machine. You have fucking like who else do you have? You have Indiana Jones, right? When that fucking Muslim guy, Arabic guy, is like doing that sword shit, and then Indiana Jones just shoots him in the fucking face or whatever with the gun, right? What else do you have? It's just all these fucking things. When you look at, I'm probably gonna do a separate episode just on Spielberg. I'm gonna watch all of his fucking movies and be like, holy shit, this is fucking just Zionist. Yeah, you know, you had Saving Private Ryan, obviously, stupid World War II. I mean, the obvious one of Saving Private Ryan, Munich. You know, when the IDF killed the Palestinian terrorists, I guess. And then you had fucking what else did you have? Schindler's List, obviously, right? I didn't even watch that shit, but I guess I'm going to fucking and then on the Harvey Weinstein side, you had all of Quentin Tarantino. Every single one of them was produced by Harvey Weinstein except for Death Match or Death Note, or not Death Note. It was like a car film called Death something. I don't fucking know. But yeah, you see all this shit in Spielberg shit. These little things in Spielberg shit. And then you see the blatant shit in like Inglourious Bastards, right? The fucking Jewish glazing shit. I'm just kind of like, this shit is just straight up propaganda and straight up garbage. Wait, what did you guys talk about? Arthur Kwan Lee? Wait, James Cameron is doing a Jap propaganda flick? Wait, are you serious? Any thoughts on Arthur Kwan Lee? Sarah C. Well, I think he's just an opportunist, to be honest. I don't think he really has any... He's not really a smart person. He knows how to be an edgelord, I guess. I'm not really a fan of his artwork. But I am glad that he's saying, you know, North Korea should invade South Korea and kick out the Zionists. You know, I like that turn. He's kind of started to be like, yeah, pro-China and pro-North Korea, because he's realizing those are the people who are actually against Zionism, like legitimately, whereas South Korea kind of is not. So, you know, I'll take that, right? I'm not going to follow him and think he's like some sort of like turned communist now, but whatever. As long as he's pushing pro DPRK against South Korea and China, who am I to stop him? Who am I to stop him, right? So that's what am I anti-Semitic? No. Not in the way that the Nazis were, that's for sure. I study anti-Semitism, actually, because I believe that anti-Semitism is just a reactionary stuff against communism. And guess who are going to react against communism in America? That would be us, because we look like a bunch of chinks. So in essence, I study anti-Semitism to prevent the same fucking shit happening to us if we get into war with China, because that's what's probably going to happen. If Nazi America goes to war with China, guess who's going to get hate crimed a lot? Or should I say a lot more than already happening, right? We already saw that fucking stabbing in Australia. That was fucking bullshit. Like, we need to fucking... That woman needs the fucking death penalty. I don't fucking care that the woman actually didn't die. She needs to get fucking death penaltied. That's why I say he's an opportunist, Sarah, because like he was saying that to get in the Groypers' good graces, because like he was glazing the Groypers and he wanted to be like a white supremacist just like them. But then after the Groypers called him a chink or gook one too many times, he's probably sick and tired of that shit. So he was like, you know what? I don't fucking give a shit about the Groypers anymore. Now I'm thinking China is based. And let that be a lesson to any Groyper watching this. Why would you antagonize your allies, you dumb fucks? I mean, I'm glad that you are, because that means more of them will probably filter over to me. But it just seems like, I mean, to be honest, Nazism is a retarded ideology, so I guess that's the truth. I agree, Sarah. She's probably a grifter, but whatever. I don't really fucking care about Arthur Kwan Lee one way or the other. I'm just, if he's supporting North Korea and China, great. If he's not, whatever. Who cares? Am I an actor? I used to be. But I am not. Passion of the Christ? What's Passion of the Christ? Doug analysis on Kanye. He was right. No, he was not right, actually. He's kind of wrong, which is what I'm going to talk about. He's more right than most people, but he's still wrong. I reckon you should talk to him again, TBH. I mean, I talked to him on KTSC, and as you can see, I'm no longer on KTSC. We don't have Yosep to tell us that, to give us the latest report on KTSC, but as you can see, probably, the KTSC has also died itself after I left for obvious reasons. It's just kind of like, you know, if you're the Yankees, or if you're the Lakers, and you get rid of LeBron James, what do you think is going to happen to Laker ticket sales? Well, not today. in 2020. If in 2021, not now because Luka Doncic is there, but in 2021, after he wins the championship, and you refuse to hire him back, what do you think is going to happen to your Laker ticket sales? Actually, there are a lot of Laker homers in LA. Maybe they wouldn't go down that much. Actually, I'm trying to think of another. Actually, Cleveland, right? I mean, we saw that when fucking what's his name, the GM, Cleveland. Oh God, I forgot the Quicken guy. I don't fucking name, but when the GM decided not to hire, talent to surround LeBron with because it was cheap retard. What did LeBron do? He went to Miami. And guess what happened to Cleveland? The entire city of Cleveland's economy fucking ground to a fucking halt. Yes, Sarah. Not once, but twice. All because he wanted to protect his little fucking fiefdom, and he wanted to protect this fucking psychopath Trotskyite Taiwanese bitch and his little fucking retard little bitches. Yes, David Tay, I know all about that. There's nothing you could tell me about Zionists or Jewish people that I probably don't already know. There is nothing probably. There's probably zero you could tell me by now that I do not know about Zionism. Well, yeah, the Cavs are good because they lucked out on some talent. But you know what? That's besides the point, Andrew. You know the fucking point I'm trying to make. Hold on, it's kind of getting cold in here. You know the point I'm trying to make. You get rid of your star player. Yeah, I'm calling myself the fucking star player. I don't know. Kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I was the star player. Let's be fucking real. Like, yeah, I guess Ed had 500K followers, 500K whatever. Well, that's all fucking liberals. Liberals who are retarded. People came to KTSC for the nuanced discussions of geopolitics from the perspective of Korean Americans. That's what they came for. And they got it from the Korean American who's read the entire canon of German philosophy. They've got it from the Korean American communist who's yeah, I'm probably the only Korean outside of the DPRK that knows this much about communism. I probably know more about communism than most DPRK citizens, to be honest, at this point. Like, I would probably be in the top 1% in the DPRK in terms of Marxist knowledge, I feel like. Obviously not Kim Il-sung's writings, because they probably studied that, and I haven't gotten around to that myself. But as far as Marxist-Leninist theory and whatever, and philosophy and whatever, I'd probably be in the top 1% in the DPRK. But outside of that, I'm definitely in like the top 1. Outside of the DPRK, I'm top 1. I don't fucking care. Like, you could put me up against any Korean outside of the DPRK. I will defeat them in any fucking battle about Marxism-Leninism. No, Seraph is retarded. Seraph is like is just like a fucking idiot. But we're not going to talk about that right now. He too allied with the Trotskyite, but we're not going to talk about him. We're not going to talk about his bourgeois upbringing in Europe and how he went to these nice little private boarding schools all his life. We're not going to talk about that. Yeah, I'm older, but all the knowledge that I got about Marxism has been in the past 3 years, actually, or 3 or 4 years. But I promise you, I will probably know more about that shit than Seraph as well. There is no way he would be able to defeat me in a debate either. But you know, yeah, come at me, bro. And also, what woke me up? What do you mean? What? Are you part of it? Are you ACP Star Side or what? I'm not saying this. Look, Hucker Tarleton, I'm not saying this to brag. I mean, I kind of am. At least about KTSC. Yes, I am bragging about that for sure. Because fuck that show, and it deserved to be torched. But I'm more saying, like, as a matter of fact, like, just the idea, like, the Marxism-Leninism, being a Marxist-Leninist as a Korean American is like to my parents, that's like almost the equivalent of worshiping Satan. Oh, okay. What woke me up? All the anti-Asian hate crimes that were happening during COVID, when people were all be like, "Oh, you know, Black Lives Matter," and it's like, well, yeah, but can you stop killing us, please? And so from that, I read Malcolm X, I read Martin Luther King, I read Lenin, I read Marx, whatever. But what really got me was Lenin, imperialism. And when I read that, I was like, holy shit, yeah, this is correct. Because before that, I actually didn't give a shit about politics at all. I was like, this is fucking retarded nonsense. Republicans are retarded. Democrats are retarded. They just jab and gibber. What's up, Bulldogs? 1992. That's on my Twitch. They just gibber and fucking jabber. Like, growing up, I actually never voted. The first time I voted in a presidential election, god damn it. The first time I voted in a presidential election was 2020. And I voted for Howie Hawkins because I didn't want to fucking vote for Biden. It was just like a troll vote at that point. I was going to vote for Yang had he fucking won. But then he's just a Zionist Taiwanist too. Like a retard. And then I was going to vote for Bernie if he won. But can I rest my arm on your shoulder, brother? I don't know what you're talking about. I guess. Sure. Are you in trouble, Bulldogs 1992? Satan and candy in Korean are so close. Satang. Satan. Satang. But yeah, you know, you can watch how I woke up. My first 5-year plan episode. It's all my long videos that I make. God fucking, I hate this gesture shit where it's like I can't make a gesture that doesn't get interpreted by my fucking Chinese chink-made communist webcam. Wait, Sarah C., why does Zhang Yu get on your nerves? Wait, are you a Groiper or are you a communist? Who are you, Sarah C.? I gotta know if you're hostile or not. Because yeah, I don't like I don't put up with this is democratic centralism. This is dictatorship of the me. What brand is it? It's called Obsbot, OBSBOT. It's actually pretty nice, to be honest. Wait, but why do you hate Zhang Yu, Sarah C? I need to hear this. I need to hear more hate. I need to get fed by this hatred. It cracks me up how jealously the KTSC are planning types to guard their little street corners. I mean, Zhang Yu is the same fucking shit. You see this? It's like so cringe shit I see on his fucking Twitter. I'm just like, oh god, why was I ever friends with this retard? I know, right, Sarah, right? Right? He's so bad. He's like not good at all. How does anyone ever entertain the idea that he's even remotely like skilled at rapping? I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I have a DJI gimbal. My father served an empire in Vietnam. Stories of his experience of encounters. Oh, nice, Jason Smith. That's good. I think you had a lot of stories like that, even during Vietnam, where politically commentator turned foodie on KTSC. Dude. And you know what the funniest part about that, Sarah C? Is that was probably part of an initiative to save KTSC after I left and after, he realized it was fucking hot garbage. He was trying to like keep KTSC alive with that fucking episode, that fucking food influencer. And I was like, bro, nobody wants to see this random fucking retard who wasn't even like part of the show to begin with. Like, why would somebody want, like, it's like you run a media company, but you have no idea how fucking media works. Like this guy was just a guest once or twice on the show. Why do you think people would watch this random episode with him in it just eating food? That's like so fucking retarded. Even from like a strategic perspective, that's fucking retarded. Like, even if I was friends with Zhang Yu, I'd be like, that's fucking retarded. Why would you do that? That doesn't, and true enough, it doesn't even have 1,000 hits, right? It's just like really retarded. I'm not trying to get on anyone's show, actually. I mean, if they have me, they'll have me, but I don't really do this to like, gain notoriety or whatever. I do this to share the truth to as many people as who wants to hear it as possible. If people want to hear the truth, they can come here and listen to what I have to say. If they don't want it, then they can go fuck themselves, and that's okay too. And fuck off, but they need to fuck off then. If they don't want to hear it, that's what I do. I just basically ban you. And great. You don't have to hear what I have to say. I don't have to hear your fucking jibber jabber. Right? It's win-win in my opinion. And so, yeah, it's just kind of like Michael Kim was just, what are you fucking doing? You don't even know how to fucking run your own business. You're a fucking Nepo baby. Doesn't know what the fuck you're doing. And that's the other funny thing. He thought people would want to see him fucking eat food. I was like, you're a fat fuck. Nobody wants to eat a fat fuck. Nobody wants to see a fat fuck eat food. Like mukbangs, the only mukbangs that are popular are if like the guy is hot or the girl is hot. That's what they're watching the fucking mukbangs for. They're not watching to fucking watch a fat fuck stuff his face, you dumb fuck. Wait, who spews disinformation on X? Who loves burgers? But yeah, you know what's funny? Like, there was this tweet he made. Let me pull it up. I was just like, holy fucking shit. I promised a friend of mine that I wouldn't like make fun of him anymore. Or at least publicly. But I feel like this is private, whatever. I mean, yes, it is public, but only 20 people watch anyway, so I feel like I could share it with y'all. Y'all are family. Actually, I kind of like that it's only 20 people, I feel like I could be more open. I don't have to cater to anyone. I actually kind of like being able to say what the fuck I want to say. Oh yeah, Michael Kim's haircut definitely fucking sucks. Hold on. What did he say that was... I said something. It's hard to stick with the plan when he writes such retarded cringe like this. So here's a tweet. He wrote, "To understand my ideology and belief to China's civilizational rejuvenation, study not just the 5 heads or past and present Chinese leaders, but also Li Ao as well. If you can read Chinese, that is. Very few of his works have been translated into English. And I'm like, all right, bro. To understand my ideology and belief to China's civilizational rejuvenation. Okay, first of all, what do you think the CPC has been doing for the past 75, 76 years? Not rejuvenating China's civilizational works? What do you think Mao Zedong was? He was a fucking librarian. He knew all about Chinese culture, you dumb fuck. Like, why would the CPC need your ideology and belief? But who is this fucking Li Ao person? It's like this random fucking retard from the 800s, I guess. He was a philosopher. But it's just kind of like, in order to understand my ideology, you need to read this first. But you probably can't because you can't speak Chinese and none of his works are translated to. So what is the fucking point of this fucking tweet? Like, if you want to understand me, you got to read this thing. Oh, but you can't read this thing because you can't read Chinese, you dumb idiot, barbarian. So you can't understand me. So you just stay retarded, I guess. I'm like, what are you fucking like? Do you not hear how retarded this? Let me read this to you again, right? Actually, let me just cut and paste it into the fucking chat so you guys can read it yourselves. So that's the thing. To understand, I'm going to do it in his voice. To understand my ideology and belief, to China's civilizational rejuvenation, study not only just the 5 heads or past and present Chinese leaders, but also Li Ao as well. If you can read Chinese, that is. Very few of his works have been translated in English. I'm just like, what are you fucking talking about? What are you saying? Like, so in order to understand your ideology that you say is perfect and the best way for China or whatever, or the fuck you're trying to say, you got to study this Li Ao guy. But then, first of all, I guess we have to learn Chinese. You know, one of the hardest languages to learn if you're just, starting from scratch. And so we have to, spend years learning Chinese just to fucking read your fucking retarded random philosopher that you pulled out of your fucking ass that makes you unique, like this unique gatekeeper. That's what he is, like Illustrious, you said something about Plan A and KTSC being these fucking retarded gatekeepers protecting their little fiefdoms from people like me, I guess, or whatever. Even though I'm fucking made their fiefdoms like more popular. It's like the same fucking shit. He's like, if you want to know about Asian communism, you have to go through me because you can't read Chinese and you don't know Li Ao. See? And I'm like, Jesus fuck. This is... you are like Trotskyite to the max. Like, you are the glasses wearer that Pol Pot was killing, right? You were the fucking glasses wearer. He's literally a fucking glasses wearer. That's the fucking funny part too. He literally fucking wears his fucking glasses. Oh God. He regurgitates slop. Wait, Sarah, how did you find my podcast? If you're not a communist or if you're not a Groiper. those are the two main people that have found my podcast. Asian communist or Asian bros, communists, and Groipers are pretty much who watches this shit. Oh, thanks, Sarah C. You're a KTSC fan? Well, you came to the place where the fucking LeBron James of the Cavaliers. I guess this is the LeBron. This is the what's his podcast called again? Mind the Game. You've come to Mind the Game podcast. Oh, nice! Holy cow! Bring more KTSC fans. If you have fellow KTSC fans, you need to bring them all. Oh yeah, Carl Zahn is just fucking. He's just grifting scum. Like he's like probably friends with the Shanghai clique, the CPC members of the Shanghai clique that fucking Xi is fighting. Thanks, holy moly. But they get really insecure over getting overshadowed by people who are more compelling. And you know what? I think that's actually what Logo was afraid about for me. Because he took these shots at me, and I know these shots came from Zhang Yu as well. And then Logo, like I said, he glazes Hudson, but I'm just kind of like, bro, there are 1,000 other Chinese people who do this a lot better than fucking Hudson. And then he fucking like talks about all this shit as if nobody's gonna call him out on this shit. And I was like, bro, you are fucking like so Nietzsche coded. And he's like, no, I'm not. He's like, your tastes are all bourgeois. And like was like, how dare you call me that? Take that back. He's just like so fucking reactionary to that. And I was like, bro, you live at home. You haven't joined the party. You're a house husband. You don't actually do any fucking. You don't even fucking do PMC work. You're like worse than a fucking PMC at that point. You're like riding off your wife's probably PMC job because you live in San Francisco. Let's be real here. You ain't living in San Francisco as a white person with a non-PMC job. That's for fucking sure. So I don't know what you're fucking bitching and moaning about me calling you bourgeois for, because that's what you fucking are. And unlike you, I kind of had a little bit of a working class upbringing, or more like a poor upbringing when I was a kid. I wasn't fucking handed shit to you. I mean, if you're living in San Francisco, chances are, probably PMC bitch. You came from PMC stock. I mean, like your entire fucking feed is PMC. So that's why I feel like he was coming at me so hard, 3 or 4 months ago without even knowing who the fuck I was. And I was like, all right, you little bitch. All right, you little bitch. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn all about Nietzsche so I can call out exactly how you are being like Nietzsche, you dumb fuck. And that's what I did. I read the entire canon, except for Dawn. And I'm going to read 4 separate biographies on Nietzsche. And it'll be like, all right, bitch, you want to go? You can go. But also, Logo is like somewhat Nazi coded to me. I'm just like, dude's a fucking white supremacist. And that's the biggest thing. White people, even like most Westerners, even if they are communists, unless they're autistic, like those are the only people who are not like white supremacists. Like autistic Marxist Leninists, white people, those are the only people I feel like I fuck with the most. But if you're not, you're probably like, you probably have some degree of Western chauvinism. You just do. And that's just human nature, right? But he doesn't really even fucking hide that. He said something to the effect of, race doesn't matter to me, religion matters more. I was like, are you fucking retarded? Like, what do you think imperialism was based on? Do you think it was based on fucking Christianity, you dumb fuck? And who did and didn't believe in Christianity? It's like the dumbest fucking shit I've seen in my life. And he glazes Hudson all the time. And I'm just like, why are you glazing this mid-economist? Oh, it's because you're retarded. You don't know what you're fucking talking about. And you need this guy to validate your dumb fuckery. So yeah, that's what all these people who hate me are. They're just every one of these people who hate on me, they're fucking gatekeepers. They don't actually attack the substance of what I'm saying. You can notice that. They never say, oh, Doug sucks because he said this. Doug sucks because he's wrong about that. Doug sucks because XYZ. They never fucking say anything like that to the effect of that. I call them out on substantial shit that they're wrong about. Like Zhang Yu, I'm like, What the fuck are you like there's shit he talks about all the time. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't know what you're fucking talking about. You know? And even on the like KTSC, like obviously like Michael Kim didn't know what the fuck he was saying. He's just a fat fuck who like, you know, got visited by the feds one day because like he went to North Korea one time and he thinks like he's fucking Kim Il Sung because he like got visited by the feds. I'm like, you dumb fuck, fat fuck. Like you don't know what fuck you're talking about either. And then Logo. It's like, you don't have a fucking job. You rely on your wife to support you. You're obviously a PMC. You wrote this like book about poetry that no one fucking gives a shit about because it's garbage. No one you've created nothing of substance. That's the thing about Logo. He's a fake fucking academic. Like what kind of academic hasn't written anything? Because if you have to write something, that means it has to be held up to peer review, right? You have to go through publishing. You have to write something that's substantial enough to be published. It has to go through the rigorous kind of like fact checking and peer review stuff that other academics can kind of like check on it. But what has he written? This fucking fake ass poetry book? Where's the fucking substance? Behind your flowery fucking language, there's nothing. There's no fucking shit that I get from you that isn't just regurgitated nonsense from Hudson or some other person you probably follow. Why did they bring Zhang Yu to KTSC to talk about Taiwan? Well, who can comprehend the fat fuck mind of Michael Kim, Steve? Who can comprehend the fat fuck mind of... Man, I've been going on for 3 hours and you guys are still here. Oh, man. I guess I should... I guess I do need to eat food, so I need to probably quit before Wingstop closes. Close at 12. Let me put in my order. Talk for another 10 minutes. But let me put in the order now. Actually, do I want Wingstop? Do I want Wingstop? Do I want Wingstop, y'all? I don't know if I want Wingstop. Let's see. Yeah, I'll do Wingstop. Maybe I should... Well, Panda's probably closed. Wingstop's open till 12 around my area, so... It kind of is the only option other than the Italian place, and I feel like I've done Italian too many times. I actually can't take too hot. I do original hot, which is 3 fireballs. Atomic is 5 fireballs. I don't like anything too hot like that. No, I'm ordering right now. We're gonna do that. And then I'll just yap for another 5-10 minutes. Okay. Well, yeah, for another 5-10 minutes. It's because it's really just across the street for me, so I just run over there and pick it back up and start eating. There's no Jollibees nearby, but I would consider that if it was nearby. Nearby, the only late night options are there's this chicken sandwich place that is I can order from Uber. There's this Italian place I order from Uber. Late night. What else is there late night? It's not many options. There's a McDonald's. But yeah. I could have heat up a frozen pizza, but kind of a little hungry right now, so. Wait, neither matters to me? What do you mean? Fuck the PMC? Neither matters to me. I've been watching you on X for a while. Oh, have you been watching my streams on X, Jason Schmidt? That seems ominous. I've been watching you for a while now, Mr. Anderson. We've had our eye on you for some time now. I do have a car now, but sometimes Uber Eats is just a lot more convenient. That scene in when they're interrogating Neo. As you can see, Mr. Anderson, we've had our eye on you for some time now. I love Hugo Weaving, actually. I think he's probably on the spectrum himself. I mean, like, how could Hugo Weaving not be on the spectrum? Are you kidding me? The guy acts like a fucking computer, like, perfectly. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of that's actually one of the biggest things, because the place I do get chicken parmesan at, the parking kind of sucks because it's like near UCLA campus. So I got to kind of like double park and like quickly run in, run out before anyone fucking like some fucking meter maid or some shit tags me or whatever. But yeah. Yep. I do listen to Michael Hudson when he talks about the mechanics, man. Yeah, I'm not saying that he's wrong. Michael Hudson is good resources. If you don't have anyone to listen to, if you're an American, if you're Westoid, and you're anti-Asian racist and you hate listening to Asian people, then yeah, I guess Michael Hudson is a good substitute for that, and to learn about, imperialism and how it functions. But I'm just kind of like, as a management consultant and, someone who studied economy, economics, like bourgeois economics, I'm just like, yeah, this is not that complicated, actually. I don't know why you're glazing him all the time. It's like, yeah, I know how. That's the reason I became a Marxist, even though I was a former management consultant. I know how all this fucking works. I was there when the sausage was fucking made during the fucking subprime shit. I don't need to fucking glaze this random retard to like validate my views. And it's just kind of like, bro, it's not like he's the only like there's been thousands upon thousands of Chinese economists who said the same fucking shit. So that's why I'm like, this glazing is retarded. It's because the whites want to keep their little white fiefdom of being the progressive. The white people, the white leftist can never see themselves as a follower of revolution. They can only see themselves as the leader of a revolution. What annoys the white leftists the most is that at the end of the day, by 2100, like when the history books are written, they're not going to be writing about fucking white people. They're not going to be writing about white Marxists that led America. They're going to be talking about China, probably, and how China defeated America in World War III and saved the world from destruction. That's the most probable fucking, if we're not all nuclear holocausted by then. That's the most likely outcome in 2100. What the textbooks will say. It's not going to fucking glaze any of these fucks. That's for fucking sure. No white person will be glazed. Well, maybe one or two. But at the leader, at the head of all these movements, it's going to be Xi Jinping. It's going to be whoever succeeds Xi Jinping. It's going to be, Kim Jong-un. It's going to be whoever's leading Vietnam. It's going to be all these Asian figures that are going to be the fucking people in the history books. At the end of the day. Like the white century, the white millennia, really, is ending. Right? You could start from 1095 maybe, right? That's when the Crusades were. That's when they got algebra from. That's how they got algebra from the Muslims. They got algebra and they got Aristotle from the Muslims, because the Muslims preserved that shit. So they got Aristotle and algebra from the Muslims, and then they created calculus. That's the only thing they created, and they created it just to kill people with. That's England's contribution to humanity. Killing people with calculus, with mathematics, that was their contribution. They used to build better steamships and like to make their boats made out of metal float, right? That was kind of like they knew how to, use Bernoulli's theorems and all this fucking shit. I'm not a physicist myself, or it's been a while since I've delved into that shit, but all that technology came from Isaac Newton, and then they just stole everything else. I said in a tweet before, like everything, like even Newton stole fucking math, like calculus from Leibniz. Let's be real about that too. Like Newton's notation, that was fucking hot garbage. Like the dx dy shit, all that shit, like the integral sign and all that, that came from Leibniz. The fucking retarded, version of calculus, that came from fucking Newton. All right? He even stole that shit. And then fucking Edison obviously stole from Tesla, right? I consider Edison an Angloid, even though he's American, but stole from Tesla, right? Even Turing, right? Their homo guy that created computers. They even like kicked him out for being homo, right? What else did they make? Shakespeare, he just stole stories from ancient tradition. He didn't create anything new. He just like fucking stole people's stories and like made them English, turned them into English. Yeah, there's been Chinese massacres all over the fucking planet, man. Like all over Southeast Asia too. But what else is there? Harry Potter, like what the fuck is that shit? That's just biting off, fucking Lord of the Rings, right? And Lord of the Rings was just like fucking liberal garbage nonsense about World War II. Just like made up fucking bullshit. What else is there? They had the entire planet under their control at one point, and they can't even cook regular good food. Like I went to London, like all their fucking food is hot garbage. They still drive on the wrong side of the road. Like what the fuck is up with that? That's what the Japs do too, because they want to be white so bad that they drive on the wrong side of the road as well. They have terrible teeth. Like what the fuck is going on with that? I think I said that already in my previous thing. Everything is just like straight up fucking stolen. Even the fucking, they stole the atomic bomb shit from America. MI6 stole that. They didn't make their own fucking nukes. Yeah. But yeah. All right. I got to pick up my food now. Thanks for everyone listening. Unless you have any other last questions, I'll give you any last comments. I'm going to be going to get my food now. All right then. That is good night. What does Jim Carrey say? I'm going to sign off with that every day. Good morning. Oh shit. Good morning. And if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Boom. I am Korean American Wi-Fi. I am Korean American. Later.